Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Downtime with Downstar, episode 91. And today we're sitting with Ryan Novak. Ryan, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So how was the drive?
It was pretty long, about 2 hours to get here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. It's nice out here. It reminds me of LA and a little bit of like Texas.
Really?
Yeah, just the way it's laid out. It's kind of flat out here.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bunch of stripper posters I noticed on the way.
Yeah. that's the career profession out here for some young ladies.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it out here, man, because we're from the shop right here, we're probably 2 or 3 miles from the ocean itself. And then we live about 10 minutes from here, and the ocean is just like a 5-minute walk away.
Yeah.
So you get that kind of nice breeze, and it's close enough to LA that when I need to go to LA to get something, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like living out there, you know?
Yeah, I used to come out here. A buddy of mine lived in San Ynez, which is, I don't know, a little bit further, what would you call it, north?
Uh-huh.
And always used to come by this way, but the traffic is so bad on the 101. They should make like an upper level, I think. You know?
Yes. Oh, upper level. I never even thought about that, dude.
It's crazy. It's like a 4-lane highway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just not enough.
Dude, that's such a good idea.
Or the what's that? The thing Elon Musk is doing, boring. The underground.
Yeah, is he
thing.
still doing that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything of it as of late, but it's like, dude, how can you even do anything with all of those projects that you have going on?
Right. He's a nutty guy.
Yeah. It kind of feels like if you don't put all of your attention in one thing, that I don't know how it's even going to happen, you know, like what's going on with the whole Mars thing or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Well, he's just in too many outlets, I think, you know. And it's hard to get one thing done very well when you're stretched out. Here.
No, definitely, man. What would you focus on?
I don't know. Probably mass transportation.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles or just in California alone, you know, because it's horrible. I think half the traffic would probably settle down if there was like a subway system or some kind of metro system that would bring you from Orange County to LA and have multiple stops and routes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I lived in Chicago, I never really needed a car. I always just took the subway, you know?
Yeah. So, even in New York too,
same.
like you don't even need a car over there. And it's so easy to travel. Like when we would go over there for shows like H-Day and such, we would go over to the city and it's just like, okay, you just jump on the train. Oh, we want to get here and take like 15, 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Mars? Do you think that would be exciting?
I don't know. I think we have a lot of things here we have problems with, much less going to another planet trying to figure out how you're going to get all the building material there. You know, eventually the sun's going to expand and we're all going to be gone anyways. And we don't have the fuel or at least the propulsion to get further out into space, at least right now. So
yeah. So the sun's expanding?
Well, that's usually how stars dies out. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know much about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So when stars die, they expand and then they retract and explode and turn into supernovas. Yeah.
And we're here just worried about cars.
Yeah. I know. Trying to get my Civic registered.
Oh shit. That's the problem with everybody, man. Yeah. I'm still trying to get mine smog, so if anybody has a hookup, let me know.
Yeah, those days are done. That's why I got rid of cars that can't smog anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm running into some issues with it. It was so much easier back in the day. It's like everybody could do it for a couple $100. You know?
Yeah. Those days are gone. The last car I sold, I had an Evo 8. It was a pristine car. It had a built motor and I couldn't get it smog for like 2 years, so I just said, fuck it. I sold it. Yeah, it wasn't worth keeping, you know.
So speaking of cars, man, let's talk about the 2 newest builds that you just finished, and then we'll back up from that.
For sure.
So the debut, if I'm not mistaken, was at IBOC earlier this year, right?
For the EG? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built that car, I think like a year ago I started on it. And then maybe 3/4 of the way through, I started just losing a little interest, and finally got it done. Just it dragged on for months, wrapped it up. Right around the time I finished it, did the Instagram photos. I mean, it blew up and was on, all these things. And so then Ryan asked if he could use it for the IBOC meet. I said, sure. He wanted the other Civics. We brought them both, the EK. And after that, pretty much just sat at the shop. And then I think like a month ago, it was slow at work, and we called Willow Springs and rented the track for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it was super cheap. So we just went out there. I think I was done. I mean, we got there at 8. I was done driving at 11. I was so tired. The car was great. The only problems it had was just a leaky valve cover, but that was about it.
Yeah.
It's essentially what my EK used to be. Very reliable. Tires, brakes, they last a long time. Starts up every time. My EK is a whole nother beast. It requires a few people to go to the track with. And just recently I got it registered. So I got plates for it.
Nice.
I just haven't had time to call it in for the insurance yet. I don't really have a plan driving on the street, but just if I'm at the track and let's say I need to go down to the gas station and put some gas in it.
Yeah.
91 at the track is like, 4 times higher than what it is at the gas station. But outside of that, yeah. Originally with that car, I was just going to keep it a little simple with like, aggressive wheel and stuff like that. And then I woke up one morning and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to put that Pandem 1.5 kit. You know? And it was a whole thing getting that kit. Like, apparently they made X amount and you had to get approval from this guy, and it had to be bought by a shop so it couldn't be replicated. And so, got the kit, came in. A lot of it was really cheesy stuff, like just like the end plates for the wings and canards and stuff like that. So I had them redone in carbon and made them fit a little bit better and added my own, flair to it. So, but
you had to get like approved to get the kit.
Yeah, it was so weird. I guess because they knocked off the version 1.
Okay.
And the version 2 is just a little bit different, where the rear wing has these like extra end plates and like a foil that goes to like that little hatchback duckbill wing, and then the front has these essentially just end plates, like air end plates for the splitter and stuff like that. So
was it hard to get? Like, did it take a long time?
No, I think it took like a month to get or something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah. But the car was, went off to the cage and then paint. So within that time, I pretty much had all the parts ready. The day the car came back, it was just assemble.
Yeah, got you. So what do you have done to the EG?
So the EG is it's a bone stock K20 R motor. Has Toyota individual throttle bodies with the plenum, K-tune header. The trans is built by James over at Ghostwork. So the Gear X gears, 4.7 final, OS Geiken clutch or diff. I don't know, it's a lot of stuff, but every bolt, everything was completely replaced, just all spherical bearings, everything.
Sick.
It's probably one of the most reliable track setups, and you can actually run a good time. I mean, a few years back when the EK wasn't as crazy as it is now, we used to just run down GT3s and Corvettes, and these guys would just lose their shit at the track,
Yeah.
So that was a fun part. Kind of like how I got started racing, in general. It's just doing the swaps, beating the V8s, back in when we were drag racing back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a nice little build. I just recently bought like 3 sets of wheels and tires just to like motivate me to get it out to the track so I can actually use them. So as soon as it cools down a little bit, we'll be back out in probably like a month or so, get it out there for more driving.
Yeah.
So
the car was built to be on the track.
Yeah, like I say, I don't know if you could get out of our driveway with that splitter or anything like that, but and definitely it's a cop magnet. So
Yeah.
the less I drive in the street, the better, you know.
Yeah.
So
Guys, if you're not familiar with the build, like you were saying, these were at the Rywire's booth at IBOC.
yep.
And the EK, what's the story on that one?
So the EK, let's see how the EK started. So I got that car for $500 in like 2009, and it was kind of my reintroduction to front wheel drive again because I had sold my Civic in like early 2000s, and kind of coming back to built that car, you know, gutted it out, had it painted, little auto power roll cage bolt-in deal, and went to the track, learned a lot. There's a lot that comes with it in terms of like,
we'll dig into all that stuff.
but like it was the car that I could go out, have fun, and just reliable and not have breakdown after breakdown.
Gotcha.
And you know, so that kind of started the love of Civics again for me. And then when that car got to a certain point where I had all these other cars, I had a Subaru that was a Time Attack car that was pretty crazy, and it was so expensive, and motors were they were going pretty fast, and the aero was expensive, and it just, if you wanted to go faster, you had to do more and spend more money and more time. And I was like, you know, Civic, we could make just as fast for half the price.
Yeah.
So we ended up doing that. The last day of the Civic at the track, it's funny, I actually put all the interior back in it, everything from like the back seats, quarter panels, everything. Took it to the track, put a passenger seat in it, and we did this HFF event, which is like this thing Speed Venture does, and we ended up running like 2 seconds faster than the fastest guy there.
Oh shit.
And he got all pissed off and was like, oh, you don't have factory bumper beams and this and that. I'm like, pull the bumper off, take a look, everything is factory. And the car was so fast. I mean, I think people just didn't understand what good suspension and proper, you know, setup actually does at the track. So I think like a week later, that car was down to bare bones on a rotisserie, getting sandblasted, ready for like, you know, full blown World Time Attack car.
Yeah.
So that car is pretty nuts. K24, fully built, sequential gearbox. It actually has tubbed front. The entire front end is tubbed for, you know, big wheels and tires. Same with the rear. Running 18s, a 295 in the front, and a 245 in the rear. And
they're 18s?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So just because there's not a lot of tire size, you know, for what we're doing. Oh yeah, and it's supercharged and all that good stuff. But anyway, so yeah, it boogies, and everything in terms of that car, whatever was metal or whatever weighed so much, we just took it off and had it made in Kevlar. So I have a carbon guy that does all our stuff. So like the roof, the doors, the trunk, the everything. The only thing that's metal in that car is the rear quarter panels. So
wow,
it's really light, super fast. And like I say, it takes a crew of two just to get that thing at the track and have it run properly. So
what are some of the issues that you run into?
Getting it on the trailer is really tough because, you know, taking the flat bottom off is really hard. Mm-hmm. The supports are, you know, you would have to put that car in a lift to get the front splitter off. And if you go off the track, it's not ripping off. It's going to definitely hold on to the car, you know. So I wanted it to be very sturdy. But just in terms of, you know, the glass, you can't, when you put it on a trailer, you can't just hop out of the window. You know, the door has to be removed and all that. I mean, it's quick released and all that good stuff. But getting it on the trailer, you can't do it by yourself. You know, getting it started, it's E85, so it takes a while. You got to sometimes spray the intake with brake cleaner, you know, just get it started when it's cold out at the track.
Yeah.
So, you know, other than that, it's pretty loud. So the communication is really tough too. So when the driver's driving and, you know, we're pit side, it's hard to hear because it's loud. So it's nuts. It'll be back out for the Global Time Attack in November. So
where's that going to be at?
That's at Buttonwillow.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So it's like the super lap battle that Super Street did, and then when they kind of went under, that I think Jason Deinhardt took over and kind of made it his own. So that's our version of Time Attack out here, at least.
Yeah, got
So,
you.
yeah.
Now, does that car have a wide body on it as well?
Yeah, that car has it's a M&M Honda wide
That's
body.
right.
Yeah.
Got you.
And we pretty much when I said, okay, well, look, this is what we're gonna run for tires, we put the wheels and tires on, and then go, okay, I'm not putting these like shitty 240 fenders from eBay over it. It just looks like ass. So the M&M was pretty wide. I had to make my own attributes to it. I mean, front ends been at it. Some little, like the rear wing diffuser, all that setup is all made in house and stuff like that. So it's kind of, I didn't want to have a mold guy start and make an entire mold. That would just be too expensive. I probably wouldn't be able to get my money back if I was to sell a few of them. So I was just like, get the M&M and we'll make our adjustments. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dope, man. So where did the love for cars actually start at?
Man.
What would be like your earliest memory?
So when I was, I think like 15 or something, I used to skateboard, and my friend's dad had this Grand National, and he would have Turbo magazine, I remember. So like I'd go over there and have dinner sometimes and be this like, oh, this shit's pretty cool, and
Yeah.
I bought a hatchback. I don't know why, but I ended up buying this like 91 EF or something like that, or maybe 90. I don't know. I don't know what year it was. EF. Anyways, I love that thing, man. I used to, if I was going to go out, so like in Chicago, where I'm from, in the wintertime, you can't just go downtown and go skate. You got to go to skate parks, right? Because it's cold, it snows. So I used to just throw all my shit in the back, go out to the suburbs, go to the skate parks, and I loved that. And the more I would hang out over at his house, he was telling me, oh, you can buy a muffler for your car and this and that. I'm like, I don't know. I was kind of into like sound systems back
So
then.
that was the dad's telling you this.
Yeah.
So he didn't look at it as an import or something like, nah, I'm not even interested in it.
No, he was just like, hey, you could actually do stuff to this little car.
That's really cool
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah. So anyways, he gave me a ride in that thing when I was like 17 or something. That thing hauled ass.
I bet.
And I think after that, it was just like, okay, I'm saving enough money to, I bought like a Gretty exhaust and like a AM intake or something, or no, it was a Weapon R intake, It was still, single cam 1.5 was a fucking turd.
Yeah.
And then a buddy of mine who I skated with bought like a new coupe. It was like a 97 coupe that just came out, and he put clear taillights on it and lowered it. It was fucking badass. I thought it was like the coolest thing. It was like a newer Civic, And then we just kind of, it was like this thing, like he did something, I did something. And then one of the guys that would be at the skate park, he got a Honda. And then, we just all started kind of doing our thing. And then we went to like our first like hot import nights in Chicago or something, and like all these Filipinos with their flags and their hoods and stuff like that. It was super funny. But they had like these wild cars. They'd be like baby blue with like, white interior.
The white leather and the fish tank.
Yep. But no, that was like kind of how it started. And then, like out there, it was so cold that every winter was like, that's when you built your shit, you know, and get ready for next summer. And so I think, like, as I started getting serious with it, I ended up getting rid of the EF, which I kind of regret because I thought, oh, this car's old, they're going to stop making parts for it,
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting an EG, and then I had like it was a single cam VTEC, and I thought it was super fast. I was going to street racing people, with a very similar setup.
Yeah.
And then, the next year it was like, I wanted the next big thing, so then doing like a engine swap, and it just like we started meeting other people, other friends and stuff like that, and it was just like every summer that was what it was. You knew it was like, okay, we're going to Chinatown to go race, or we're going to the stockyard to go race.
Nice.
And that's what it was. Yeah. And then I got to a point where I was like, I wasn't making a lot of money, and I was just, every penny I had was going into the car, as you do when you're a stupid kid, and I ended up selling the hatchback, and I bought a Honda Accord just because I was like, hey, if I get this car, it's going to make me not want to race because, it's a big car.
Yeah. That never works.
like 6 months later, did H22 swap. And, you know, was beating like the Civic SIs. I could just barely hang with like a Type R, you know, Integra Type R. And then, like, you know, following summer, I was like, I need more. So I ended up putting a turbo kit on it, you know, and just like making it. And it just went this crazy direction. And then,
So you turboed the H series.
yeah.
And the EF, you didn't end up doing a swap to it?
No, I sold that. I think I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Bear with me because I'm like,
No,
my
it's all
attention
good.
span is so like short.
So
But
you have
yeah,
the
so
H series, turboed it. What
Yeah.
year was this?
that was like 90. No, that was like 2002, I think.
Got you. Okay.
And then I ended up coming to California. That was like the car I brought with me. And, you know, the rest is kind of history from there. I just like it just got worse and I wanted more. And, you know, I worked for this company, got paid good money and stuff like that. And then once I eventually opened my own business, I mean, I just went nuts with all these things I was thinking, and I just built it. And
Yeah.
just one car to the next car to the next car to the next car.
That's kind of crazy having a H series turbo back then.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I think it made like 600 something
Wow.
horsepower. Yeah, and I ended up selling it for super cheap. So you know, Blackskin Brandon lives out in Temecula. Anyways,
No.
he ended up buying it from me, and he had it for like a year, and then that was it. And I bought a CRX after that, EK. Then I got my seats jacked out of the EK, and I was like, oh, fuck these Hondas. And ended up buying an STI. This was like 2005. Ended up buying a STI.
Nice.
I was like, I'm done with Hondas. And then once when I went to go do the modification, I was like, God, this fucking car sucks to work on. It was just, everything was so tight. And
Yeah.
like, you know, and then went crazy with that car. And I don't know, like after 2 years ownership of it, it just got crazy because it turned into a crazy track car. So then I ended up buying an S2000, and then it was just like, here I am, just like going crazy again, you know? So
Seems like a trend.
yeah, my daily driver now is a Jeep. I have modified it, but you know, at least I can drive it every
Yeah.
day. There's no muffler on it or anything like that.
Well, we have a dress-up kit for the Jeep.
Oh, do you? Mine is so bad from the trails. I mean, the underside of it looks like it's like a salvage title. It's pretty bad.
But that's another hobby as it is.
I know it's crazy, but I drive it every day. I mean, it's like, you know, I can park where I want. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about people opening doors on it. I can just throw shit in there and go, you know?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is this last few years that we've been going to SEMA, I've noticed a lot that the Jeep community and that whole side of things is just getting huge,
Yeah.
man. Getting to a point where I'm watching the rollout and I'm just like kicking myself in the ass. Like, dude, why are you not in this industry doing something, you know?
Yeah, well, the Jeeps are like the Honda Civics of the modification world. I mean, every Jeep you see, if it's not lifted, it's got this or that or a light bar or something like that. I mean, there is money to be made for
Yeah,
sure.
that's definitely something that we're keeping an eye on. But so before we keep going on with the car stuff, I want to hear more about Chicago. So you were born over there?
I was born in St. Louis,
Okay.
and then born in St. Louis, and then after St. Louis, we moved to Texas for a year, and then lived in North Carolina, and then back to Chicago. Or moved to Chicago. Then I moved back to St. Louis when I was like 17 or 18. Stayed there till I was like 19. Then back to Chicago. So I've kind of always been in the Midwest for the most part of my life.
Got you.
Yeah, but yeah, it was crazy out there, man. I do the same thing. So what I do for a living, I'm a heating and air conditioning contractor. So I worked out there, and I actually met my wife out there. And so I just got tired of, you know, being on a rooftop when it's -10 and I'm out there, you know, trying to get the heaters working and stuff like this. And
Yeah.
same thing in the summer where it's like 100 degrees, 90% humidity. I'm dealing with that all day. The only time I'm comfortable is when I get home, you know? So I just had enough of it. And me and my wife came out here. I had $1,400 in my pocket and got a job 2 days after coming out here. And the rest is history. with that. I worked for this company. It was a big company for like 2 years, and the work ethic out here is just, it's so easy to own your business out here because there's so many fucking lazy people. And,
Yeah.
So after a few years, I ended up starting my own business, and I think I was like fully legit with all the paperwork and tax ID, all that in like 2007. So it's just been a trip since then.
So, coming from the Midwest and moving over here, what are some of the cultural differences, like you just spoke on, from that compared to California?
I think California, and well, at least where I live, it's a huge car community. I'm in Torrance, so it's a huge car community. Out here, I feel there's a lot more engineering people that are making cool things. Chicago's, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's out there too, but just where I grew up, I mean, we didn't grow up with money or anything like that. So, your average person just could go get a job at a mall or some random job and do that for the rest of their life. Obviously, you can't do that out here. In California, it's too expensive. So you got to be, if you want to live nice, you got to use your brain, kind of thing. But outside of that, I mean, obviously no snow, which is great. The Christmas is kind of weird here.
Yeah.
There's no like a month building up to, or the entire.
It's just like Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting older and the sun is still out every day. It's like it's weird. I don't know. I miss certain things, like the food out here isn't. I mean, there is good food. I'm Japanese ramen is my favorite. Korean barbecue, stuff like that. Back home, it's like pizza, bratwurst, basically all the things that are gonna give you a heart attack by the time you're 50. I miss those foods too, but yeah, I don't know. Every place has a little something different about it, I guess. But
is the pizza really that good in Chicago?
I don't know, man. I'm not a connoisseur. I'll eat whatever. Yeah. To me, Costco pizza is good.
Yeah.
So
I love Costco pizza right out the oven, man. But once it chills for about 5 minutes, it gets a little hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat anything. I mean, even like these dollar pizzas you get from, Ghetto for Less or Food for Less. That grocery store,
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll splurge on those. But the older I get, I have to keep my my health, conscious. So I've cut some meat out of my diet and dairy and stuff like that.
So you just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Couple days ago? 2 days ago? Tuesday?
2 days ago, yeah.
Happy birthday, man. How old did you turn?
40.
40. So I think a lot of people listening to this are maybe a few years away from there or creeping up on it. What did you notice that the things really started changing with how you felt inside?
So, yeah, it's definitely been the past year I've been thinking about like all kinds of weird stuff. It's like menopause, I guess you call it, right? Where you're like, why did I spend all this money on this? And, retirement is such a big thing now where it's like, I got to 40 pretty quick and I'm sure I'm going to get to 60 pretty quick too, So I don't want to work for the rest of my life. So retirement's a big thing for me. I unloaded like 8 cars last year because I was just like, I had all these things sitting and they were great. And the problem is they're just taking up space. And, I think it was one of those things I was like, man, looking back, I think I wish I would have bought an investment property, instead of having these depreciating assets sit in and they're cool and stuff like that. But had I bought something, like a property, that's a lifelong thing,
So what kind of property are you talking? Like a rental home or a commercial space or?
I mean, having any like duplex or fourplex would be awesome. Any kind of commercial property, even something like this, but it's almost impossible right now in LA to get something that's decent, or at least have a good turnaround for it, because the prices are so high out here.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to go somewhere like San Jose or something, to get something cheaper. Who knows? I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Other than that, let's see. Maybe not doing as much crazy shit as I used to, just getting out of control and stuff like that. So,
like what kind of out of control?
Oh man, shitty beer makes you do shitty things. So, just, I don't know. I mean, it would be like the things they tell you not to do, we do. The boys come over, bring the beer, and, it's after X amount. You're like, hey, man, give me the keys to that bike. I mean, I don't know how many times where I tried popping a wheelie, I come home and my chest has got asphalt on it, just stupid stuff. Like, not in public, but, at the shop or, jumping the scooter off of something. We had like a whole thing at the shop. Back in the day was we did scooter time attack. We had this little 2-stroke Yamaha thing, and it was like we had a cup for it and everything. I mean, it was like every Wednesday that was boys' night at the shop. I mean, it was beer and scooter time attack, and it just got out of hand. My buddy Andrew broke his collarbone. My buddy Mike ended up it looked like he got shot with a shotgun in his face. I mean, he hit the pavement so hard it was pretty gnarly. So
no
we're like,
way.
Yeah, so that was like, okay, now we got to start taming things back. It's funny because like someone was talking about me the other day on some podcast or something. My friend was on there like, oh, we're too scared to go to the shop because we don't want to get a tetanus shot. You know what I mean? So like, but I mean, I don't do that shit anymore. But yeah, it was crazy,
Yeah, anymore as of how long ago? Because Rywire told me to ask about Wednesdays, so it could have been that long ago.
Well, Mondays are the new Wednesdays.
Oh, okay, got you. So we just switched the day.
Yeah, no, it was out of hand. I mean, there's so many stories. I can't remember half of them, but I mean, it's not like we weren't like blackout drunk or anything like that. It was just like, we'd get drunk and come up with something and make something. We made a drift trike before they were cool, like just out of like drinking and coming up with an idea. So, next Monday we're meeting at this time. I'd go to MK Metal, pick up some stuff, start welding things together. And next thing you know, order this like 2-stroke motor on eBay for like a weed whacker. We ended up doing that. And one of our friends almost had his head taken off by the trailer because we use PVC pipe over these cart tires.
Yeah.
It like popped off and tipped him over. It was pretty nuts. But so yeah, we're like slowly getting mature. So.
How do you even find friends to do that kind of stuff with?
I don't know. It's just, sometimes people attract other people. I guess. Yeah. It's how it is.
Sounds like you attract rad people.
Either that or losers.
Dude, that sounds fun, man. We never really have fun here, dude. And it's just like, it seems like it's so much business as usual all the time, but it's like, I really don't have that many people that are down to do fun stuff,
Well, it's like you test it out, right? I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, without saying anything too crazy. I mean, there's some chicks that won't let you do crazy stuff, and then there's chicks that won't let you do crazy stuff, and vice versa.
You just got to test it with the thumb and see what happens.
I was talking to, Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to him yesterday, and so I'm glad that we're not censored because this.
You can say whatever you want.
So I was like, I don't get how people are into like licking buttholes.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, some stuff about this chick, and I was telling him just these things like growing up. And I'm like, I was never that guy who was like into buttholes, like putting your tongue on them or like, but somehow people find other people that are into that. Yeah. Right. So it's the same thing like what we do. I mean, we like to party and we find guys who like to party.
That's a really good comparison.
Yeah.
How did your wife feel about your Wednesday night parties?
So, yeah, that's when we had to. I have a separate Instagram thing that we do, and we have something on Facebook. It's called Wednesday Night Shenanigans. So that's where we'd put all our crazy shit, so my wife wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd get, I don't know, I'd get yelled at in the morning because we'd buy a car. I think like one time we ended up buying a car, and we got so shit-faced, and somehow I agreed to let my buddy take this big ass magic marker and write faggot on the back of my on my back. And we took pictures of that, and just some random shit, like me in my underwear at some place. Like I checked into a hotel with some underwear once, and like my wife sees this stuff and she's just like, my family's on here. They see this shit, you know. So ended up having to do a separate page, and then it was just kind of on from there. We're like, we would always try to outdo each other, like make that person laugh harder than the other person, you know. And it just took on its own thing.
How many friends are you talking about?
Quite a bit. I'd say at least there was like 10 of us that were there on a weekly basis.
Car guys or just random dudes?
All car guys.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I think you should bring it back for one of these Wednesdays, man. I'll cruise over there and go do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's been over there. I don't think he'll partake in some of the stuff, you know. It just really depends on what time you come. If you come earlier, everyone's kind of tame.
Yeah.
Once the shitty beer comes in, the shitty stuff starts happening. But no, I don't know. It's just kind of how it is out here. We do our thing, and it's kind of like a private setting.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool, man. That's really cool that you do that, you know, because like a lot of guys like in their later 30s or early 40s, they already have that mentality where it's just like they're tapped out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is my routine. This is what I do, you know, and their excuse is always like, oh, well, I have kids, I have family, I have a job. And it's like, yeah, but you also have you inside of you, like the kid, the person who like to have fun. Like you can't really neglect that person, you know, as long as you're still taking care of all your other things going on. I truly still believe that every person should still have like their own fun time, you know. Sure. But I just feel like a lot of people just let it get to their head that like, oh, I'm already this age, I can't do that kind of stuff anymore.
I mean, I think it depends on what you do for a living.Maybe like, you know, if you work for some corporate place and you're doing crazy shit, people see it, you're going to lose your job. I mean, you know, I run a business, but obviously I don't post that stuff on my business stuff. So, you know, after me being a complete hooligan, I can't, you know, I don't act like that at work and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's just your personality, right? I mean, I'm this old fucker now, you know. 20 years ago, I'm pretty much, I'll still do the same shit if you let me, you know.
Yeah.
But now, because I have kids, I have to kind of be careful what they see, you know, or I don't want to end up at, you know, dropping my kid off at school one day and like, you know, hey, that's that dad that, you know, launches dildos out of rockets, you know.
Yeah.
So you could still do it. I mean, even now, like, I don't know about you and your wife, like me and my wife, we have I have my guy's time. She likes her girl's time. And then we have our time and, you know, family time, stuff like that. Because I'm not one of these guys, man, that, you know, gets a girlfriend and, you know, disappears. And then when their girlfriend goes out of town, they call, hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing?
Where the fuck you been?
Yeah. I just kind of always like doing my thing and stuff like that. So that's all of our friends are pretty much the same way. You know, we have our deal where we hang out. They have their other friends they do stuff with and so on.
Yeah. Do you think that it has anything to do with you being an entrepreneur?
What?
Like just being able to like still have fun and not have to worry about, you know, somebody else saying maybe when somebody else having your future in their hands.
I don't know. I think as an entrepreneur, there's no it's always full of stress, you know, no matter how much money you make, right? There's like a saying, you never arrive even when you're a millionaire. Because as long as you own a business, there's always problems. And it seems to be every time there's something good, something bad is to follow every time. And you just have to just work through it. It is what it is, you know? And so because of that, obviously I get to party a little bit harder, but maybe I party harder because it kind of takes me away from some of the stress and let me be me kind of deal. Like if you were to take money out of the situation, what would you be doing? Yeah. And that's kind of like how I think, you know?
Yeah. So how long have you had your business?
I started on my own in 2005. And then once I became legit, it was like 2007. So I don't know, it's 2019. Was that 12 years? Something like that? So yeah. Hardest part now because we work with our hands and, you know, it's a tough job. I'm an AC contractor, heating and air conditioning contractor. It's finding the younger generation. They don't want to work with their hands anymore. It's really hard to get the younger people to do a trade anymore. It seems like, you know, because there's all these these tech jobs that you could sit on your ass all day and, figure out a way to make money.
Yeah, that's one thing that I had down right here, and it said, fired another millennial. I remember when you posted that. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit about your thoughts on the newer generation and what are some of the experiences and examples that you've had with that.
For sure. So I guess starting, maybe that was that post that I put up about.
It was the text. It was him texting in.
Oh yeah. So this guy came and worked for us for. Well, I got two guys actually. Pretty funny story within like a week. So one of them is a cashier at this basic ass place. Probably getting paid minimum wage, and he was referred to me by a friend of ours who I play hockey with. And he's like, hey, he's a good worker, this and that. And I says, okay, cool. Comes over, interview him. He goes, great. I'll give my job a 2 weeks notice. 2 weeks goes by. He starts, lasted the second day and sends me a text. Hey, man, I'm sorry. This isn't what I want to do with my life. Sorry. He never even came and got his check. It was just kind of like adios. And then I was just like, okay. And then I think it was like 2 days later, this other guy has this amazing resume. He went to school for HVAC, and the first hour we go on a job, and I'm like, here, take this tape measure, put it up against the wall, go up the 2 steps and hold it up against this beam. And he's like, I don't do ladders. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't do ladders? He goes, ladders are dangerous. I'm like, we're talking 2 steps, buddy. This is a 6-foot ladder.
Yeah.
So he's probably what?
Yeah.
2 feet off the ground.
If that.
So I just told him, just wait in the car, and I did what I had to do, and I literally dropped him off the office and fired him right there. It was just like, if you're not going to go up 2 steps, you're not going to make it in any kind of industry,
Wow. What were you thinking when he said that? You think he was joking?
I thought he was retarded. Like, why wouldn't, obviously there were some mental issues there, you know what I mean? But not to make fun of retards.
Yeah.
But wait, can I say that?
You can say whatever you want, bro.
But so I just gave up, man. I just hire older people now. Roach actually, Ken and Roach actually gave me a good referral, and the guy's been working really good with us. He's a hard worker, younger, not he's in his 30s, but still, it's like I'm just to that point where I can't hire younger anymore. I started at 18 or whatever it is, and I was gun ho. I was ready to go, and I worked my ass off.
Yeah.
The younger guys, it just, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's like California thing.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everyone lives with their mom here.
Yeah.
Like adults, 40-year-olds, and it's just nuts. So, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just hiring older people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I actually posted it on Facebook, just to get some dialogue going. There's always people talking about the millennials, but I mean, how much pressure do you put on the parents that actually raise them? Do you think it stems from them, or what do you think would be the main cause of their lack of motivation?
I think there's, my personal opinion, the parents is always the first, right? When I grew up, we didn't have money. My parents still don't have money, and I worked a ton of overtime just so I could have that play money because I had a hobby, and I wanted to buy cool shit. So that means I had to work more. So that was kind of like a motivation for me. I always kind of grew up with this fear of I could be homeless at any point, if I got into any kind of drug habit, I'd be on my own kind of thing, So I never went that route. For me, it was always the fear, of not having help. Once you're that age, your ass is out to work, and that's it. That's how I grew up. The other thing I think is the internet. Again, people, it's kind of like that microwave mentality where people think boom, hit the button, I'm going to make $1 million. Well, that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
You got to start from the bottom. You got to work your way up top. And that's not even guaranteeing that you're going to do well. But I don't know what it is. I think it's just, you can pretty much be whatever you want to be. I mean, the way I look at life is you're the CEO of your own life, right? So
Yeah.
you're responsible for your success and your failures. I don't understand how people just go and get a job and work at like a warehouse until they're like 50, 60 years old. To me, that's depressing.
Yeah.
Not to talk bad, but I think it's just one of those things. It's like, if that's the motivation you have for yourself and your family, most likely your kids are going to be that way
100%,
too. You know, and maybe that's how it was for me. But my outlook was, I enjoy the car stuff. So the only way, my mom's not going to give me money, or my dad's not going to give me money, so I got to earn it, and that's how it was. I don't feel the newer generation is this way. And by the way, I never went to college. I only made to ninth grade. So like,
oh shit.
yeah. So like, I didn't have any education. I still can't even spell that well, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just, at this point, I don't feel like the younger generation is really labor ready. I mean, there's money to be made. Even if you didn't want to own your own business, I mean, you could still make a lot of money being a contractor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, whenever I see somebody that's working that kind of 9 to 5 job with, they're going to know how much they're going to make that entire year. They know what days they're going to have off, and then they know when their annual raise is going to come. It's just like, to me too, that's just, from the outside looking in, that's just a depressing thing. And I don't know if it's just the way that a certain type of person looks at a situation. I always wonder, like, what do they think? You know, what's their train of thought? Do they not think that they have the possibilities to make it higher on the grand scale of things, or are they just lazy enough that they just want to just get by? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's, California is one of those, I mean, where I grew up, it was, you know, it's a Polish, Italian neighborhood, you know, and everyone worked there. If you're a woman, you worked. There was no free handouts. Like, you weren't giving up ass to not get a job and stay at some man's home or something like that. You had to work. And I think in California, since I lived here, I don't know. I mean, I have some buddies that are older, in their 50s and 60s, and you know, they're also car guys. They don't make a lot of money, but they appreciate what they have, and they're into it, and they're kind of already settled in their ways. They're nice as people. But then there's, you know, the younger people who want all this shit and then don't want to do what it takes to get it. And I think at the end of the day, whether they're lazy or not, it's kind of how you're raised, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it was having that fear of not having money or not getting help. Even with my kids, I mean, I've talked to my wife about this. You know, I'm not buying my kids' first car. I'm not, probably don't know where I stand with this, but most likely not going to pay for his college. Because these are things that I feel that if you want, you have to kind of do yourself. I'm not going to just hand these things over and do it, you know, like the rich white guy way, which is like, you know, send my kid off to college, spend, you know, $200,000 on education, and have them not use it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's,
yeah, man, it's so hard. And I'm even going through that right now with my son. You know, I want him to have things that I didn't have as a kid, but I want him to still have the appreciation for it. You know, like even yesterday, he was here hanging out at the shop, and he's skateboarding, and while I'm doing the podcast, he's skating, and I go out there, and his new shirt, that's like $35 shirt, is just all dirty and shit. I'm like, dude, I just got this for you, bro. Like, this is for school, you know. And for him, it's not clicking in his head yet, because he's just always had it good, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm trying my hardest to walk that fine line where you give them the life that you never had, but still trying to teach them responsibility at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to watch it, you know, because if you splurge around them, or like if you're like, oh, he's so cute or she's so cute, just get him this toy to make him happy, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Same with me. I mean, you know, my kid with all the motorcycles and the cars, and he's going to see all this stuff and think like, hey, my dad has all this shit and I can do whatever I want. So that's going to be something that is going to be a challenge for me. But with that, I think just as a parent, you have to figure it out, you know, because I'm I'm kind of like your son. Like I'll spend $40 on a shirt and then I'll go work on a car and it's like got oil on it. And I used to get yelled at my wife all the time for that stuff, you know? But I just, I don't know. Teaching a kid the value of a dollar is, I don't think there's a better thing you could actually do.
Yeah.
You know, because, I think probably us growing up with cars was a very bad example of how to spend your money.
Yeah.
And here we are telling people not to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, even the same thing too. I remember when I was growing up, and most of the lessons that I learned that made me the person I am today were like the hardest lessons to learn. It's like not having so many things. You would get a console for me and my sisters every Christmas, and we would have to share that, and that would be like the biggest thing we would get during the year.
Right.
And then now for Christian, it'll just be a random day and like, oh, the TV, we need to get a new TV and just go buy a TV, you know. And one part of me feels good that I've been able to accomplish where I'm able to provide that. But then the other side of me is just like, damn, now this dude's going to think that like this shit just comes easy. And it doesn't. It does, like, it might seem like it now, but behind the scenes, it was really hard to get to this point.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, especially having kids in this day and age with iPads, and I feel like their attention span is probably going to be even worse than these millennials.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It's kind of all relative. At the end of the day, you're still the parent. You have to do the right thing, and you're going to have them turn into a little fucker, or you're going to have them be, a good kid. It's up to you.
No, you're definitely right, and you're absolutely right about that's a representation of the parents, how the kids came out. So do you remember maybe friends' parents or anything like that maybe some bad traits in parenting that you would have seen in that generation that would have raised like the millennial generation?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have some friends back home that are my age and still working bare minimum jobs, I have some friends that aren't happy with their good paying jobs. I think you just have to figure out how to mentally balance out, because it's like the same thing when I moved to California. I've never had rich friends, until I came here, and they don't like the attention. They drive like a Prius or something like that, but you go to their homes and obviously they can't hide it. They have elevators in their fucking houses.
Shit.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But like, I think that you have to kind of figure it out mentally, because those guys sometimes are kind of a wreck, right? Because they're trying to figure out how to be normal. Money is not an issue, but they have all these problems in their life. Where like maybe a guy like you or me who didn't have money, we were trying to figure out how to make money, and being miserable because we didn't have the money. And then when you do get money, kind of changes you a little bit. I know, like when I started making some money, I mean, first time I made $100,000, I fucking spent it. It was gone. So it was like you do things like that. But obviously, the more you repeat, the more you understand how it starts to work out, because people can lose it, but mentally is kind of how to be rich, I guess, right?
Yeah. So do you still feel like you splurge every once in a while now and then?
Not these days. I mean, I guess it depends on what side of the coin you're on. I'm down to 3 cars versus having like 11 cars. You know? I bought a GT3 a few years ago, and that was my thing. It was like, well, if I'm going to sell all these cars, I want to have at least one newer badass car. And then after like a year of owning it, I started feeling guilty of having this car. Like I could have spent this money somewhere else, like an investment property.
Yeah.
But then once by the way, I've never even driven that car on the street. I've only driven it at the track. You can't drive that car fast in LA. It's just, I mean, it's not like a super fast car, but you don't want to fucking run into someone or, hit a wall. So I've driven it at the track 4 times, and every time I love that car. I'm like, God, this was, to me, therapy, So on one side, it's like bad investment. On the other side, it's like, this is therapy for me. The Honda stuff they're like Legos. You can build it the way you want. I don't think you'd probably see me in those cars in the street driving around, just because, like we were talking earlier, they'd probably think I'm a meth head. But yeah, so I mean, those are my fun track cars that, the Hondas, if I hit a wall, it's not a big deal,
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a weird deal. How to spend money and be responsible. Getting older sucks.
Yeah, it's been, my mentality's been changing a lot too.
How old are you now?
34.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got some few good years left in you.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I don't feel 34, especially when I've been skating with Christian. I feel like I'm 16 again.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just it's material things have been losing the allure to me. Like my whole goal has been like, oh, I'm gonna get my Lamborghini one day. But now that I'm like even closer than I've ever been, it's kind of like, I don't know. I might as well just save that money or spend it on something else. Or I think that I've gotten to that point where I've bought things that I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
And the excitement of it just melted away. And it seems like it melts away even faster and faster now.
The older you get, for sure, you get numb to it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's funny. I have more pleasure with these like shitty 90s Hondas than I do. I mean, you name it, I pretty much had it. I mean, not like McLarens or anything like that, but I mean, I've had a Ferrari, I've had GTRs, Skyline GTRs, all that stuff. And at the end of the day, it's just a car you sit in, So I don't know. Now I like when I see these cars like a McLaren or this like, LaFerrari, they don't do anything for me. Like, It's not one of those things like, hey, I'm going to get that when I get older. This is going to be like, you get a car like that, but where do you put it in your condo?
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, it's just maybe it's that getting older thing. I mean, I'm always going to be a car guy, but I guess how many cars is the question.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe like I would probably be good with like 3. I think three or 4 cool cars.
Yeah.
Ones that do everything. I have my daily, which is the car I'll park anywhere. I don't really care about it. Then I have the Civic, which is the one that pretty much started the business. And then I have my Chevelle that like never runs.
Yep.
And it's always a problem.
Typical American car.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I drove mine down here today, and the idle is all shitty GMs.
Oh, really? Dude, yeah, I don't know what the hell, man. And I'm getting the Chevelle done right now, and we're doing the fuel injection on it, but like the carburetor style. Yeah. It's the FI tech. And once we put that on it, there's still a lot of issues with like, I think what they're saying is like the sensitivity of the wires and the signal messing with, I don't know what, dude. But
what about Ryan? What do you say?
I haven't even taken it.
He's the dude.
Yeah, I know, dude. What I really want to do is once the car's done and driving ready to go, I just want to take it to Ryan and have him rewire the whole entire car, all 6 wires that are in it, and just do like a PDM or something in it, But these guys, they have it at the shop, and there's no way I'm going to pick it up until it's done running and ready to go. I took it the other day, took it for a drive, and the car I did a little like quick pass on it, and the car ended up shutting off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, But then I think that maybe a wire unplugged or something. I don't know, dude. But then it just ended up starting right back again. So I'm not even trying to mess with that. And it's the same thing, dude. It's like I've had that car for so long, and it's just been so many headaches, and I don't want to deal with that right now. Like, wrenching is not fun to me anymore when it's like, it's not fun wrenching. Fun wrenching to me is, I got a new whatever valve cover or something. I'm going to do this. I'm going to clean up the bolts. I'm going to make this look nice. But just like trying to figure out a problem, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not really down with that anymore.
Wiring, I'm horrible. With me, it's like, okay, I call Ryan. I'm like, hey, man, I'm building this car.
Yeah.
What days can you have it?
Yeah.
And that's it. Because I'm horrible with wiring, not for what I do in my business, but for a car, there's so many, and they're little, and my knees hurt from like kneeling down. So I'm like, Ryan's the guy. It's just one of those things. Like, there's a saying, you modify a car, you modify your life.
Yeah.
And so every time you get in this car, you build that's why, I don't know, again, talking about being numb to cars, like I see these guys, with the newer Civics and shit like that. I'm like, I remember going through, taking the cat off, getting more power. The downside is you smell like gas and oil when you get home. You can never take a girl out on a date, It's that loud, obnoxious car. You piss off your neighbors, and then dealing with smog and all that other stuff. So I'm like, the less I have of that in my life, the happier I am. Like I can't even drive a mod car anymore for a daily driver. I can't deal with the exhaust noise. I can't deal with intake noise. I just like it nice and quiet. I don't like loud tires like on my Jeep, but I bought these tires. They were so loud. They were great on the trail, but horrible in the street. Ended up getting rid of them. I was just like, I can't deal with that, But, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys see a difference, but have you noticed the decline on, let's say, performance stuff or modification stuff in the last few years?
I haven't, but I heard that they're cutting down on it a lot. I think it was even Ryan was saying that he was trying to buy a header from somewhere in California and they wouldn't sell it to him because he was in California and they can't ship it to him. So is that what you mean?
Yeah, just that in general. Or it just doesn't seem like millennials are into racing. So there's like less demand for parts, or maybe it's just a California thing. Because I don't really see a lot of young guys at the track anymore. It's mostly guys our age,
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, and I do notice that a lot at these shows that we go to. We'll set up a booth at a show, and I just watch the crowd, and most of the guys are just going around taking pictures and just looking at cars, and that's it. But as far as them being in the garage wrenching and doing things to their car, I don't know, man. I feel like there's less than more of that going on nowadays.
Yeah,
it's more of like a spectator kind of thing.
Yeah, it's odd. Like, well, my judgment is at like the track and what I see. It's weird. Like California's weird. It's like you have these students that come in from like China or whatever, and they all go to the track and they all hang out with each other, and they have like the expensive cars. They're not fast drivers. That's what their parents bought them. You know, and those guys, it seems like every 5 years they're out there. There's just a different crowd. But as far as like local guys, you rarely see. I mean, you get your average guy shows up with his Lambo or his Porsche or something like that, but it seems like the Honda guys, it's been like the same dudes have been doing it since like the 90s, are still relevant today out there doing it. I don't see new guys anymore, like a young guy out there with like a hatch or a, whatever. And then if they are, at least I haven't seen it, the build quality is just horseshit. Like very detailed to attention is one thing, but actually having something be safe or, being in the right spot is kind of important. So.
Yeah, I don't know that much of that part of the community, the track racing or things like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know where things are going to go. I think we're in a very weird time right now. And I don't know where this community is going to go to. It seems like there's just a lot of negativity and there's a lot of bullying and things like that going on, and it seems like once somebody does one thing to push the bar, you have a whole bunch of other people just looking at it in a negative sort of light, and it seems like to me it's become like a spectacle, like a show, even like an event. When the event goes on, you always hear just so much complaining and things going on, and it's just like, I understand that people have their opinions and their complaints and things like that, but I don't think much people really look at what we do as an entire community. And if this doesn't keep going, then it's going to ruin it for a lot of people.
Well, I think, at least for what we do, it's competitive, so you're always going to have ego, right? And I don't mean ego like as in a way like this guy's an asshole. Everyone has an ego.
Yeah.
Some people are insecure and it shows, so they start talking shit, but that's always going to be, especially like in the racing. I think cars just in general, whether it's street racing, whether it's a car show, this guy built, spent X amount of money on a car, and for the average guy who doesn't even know what he's looking at, it's talking shit, like, oh, this thing's, looks like ass or this and that. It's like, you have no idea what went into it or whatever it is. Like, I think it's on both sides of the spectrum. Not only cars, just in general, people are assholes now. You can say what you want online, and hide behind your computer, and it seems like everyone's doing that now. Whether it's cars or politics, or it's just like I don't know what it is. There's like two separate groups, this crazy and this crazy.
Do you feel like the overall happiness of society is down?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I think that life is so fast now that you don't really have time to think about being happy anymore. I don't know. Unless you're like, mega rich and you got nothing but time on your hands, but that can't be too fun if all your friends are working.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. It's hard to say because to be honest, man, I'm pretty much in my hole by myself. Like once I'm off of work, any little time I have these days, I'm garage doors closed. I'm working on the cars, whatever. Then I go home and I have my kids, and the next day go to work. I don't know what people are doing. I mean, I haven't been to a bar in I don't know how long. I don't know, so I'm kind of a hermit when it comes to that stuff.
Okay, everybody, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Yo, what's up, fool? Make sure you check out Downstar for all of your dress-up needs. Get it poppin' over here. We have all the kits for the K-Series, the B-Series, the transmission, the mounts, the engine, the Toro, baby. We have the hardware for the seats, for the stereo. We got it for the speakers. We got it for the lug nuts. We got it for the air valves. We got it for everything, dog. So you make sure you hit us up at downstarinc.com or you call us up, fool. You can even text us, lame, 818-937-3472. Just shoot us a text and tell us what's up, dog. I need some fucking balls in this bitch. Hit us up, downstaring.com. Hey, and if you got an Instagram, slide in our fucking DM at Downstar. Wait, hit up the homie, Frank_Downstar. He's the one that takes care of all the DMs. Hit that level up and shoot him a message and he'll get you all taken care of real nicely.
Yeah, I've kind of been leaning more towards that side as of late, just being that I don't find many people that I relate to. Not only just because of having the business or what have you, but it's just like the same mindset, there's a lot of people that just focus on the bad things that are going on and just they just want to unload their problems and not talk about maybe some future plans or ideas that they have or things that they want to create, that's what really interests me, So in the last few years, man, I've been backing up from a lot of friendships that I've had for a long time because it's just like, dude, like you said, I don't have that much free time anymore.
Right.
And my time is valuable and I'm giving you my time for free so you can make me feel like shitty. Like, no, man, I can't do that no more. So, dude, a lot of the time that I appreciate is time with my family or even time by myself.
Yeah.
Just to reflect on life and to just not be burdened by anybody else's outlook on life.
Right.
And then when they start telling you about their life and their issues, then if you're a problem solver, which most business owners are, you kind of see like, well, this wouldn't have happened if you didn't do this. And once you bring that up, then they don't want to hear that.
Right.
Well,
it's kind of like, I just feel like in general, when people say, I'm not a drama person, they're a drama person. That's what that means, and so I've had it in my life where, I have my good friends, we talk on a daily basis, stuff like that, or bi-daily basis. And, some of them got out of cars, whatever. But the ones that are in the cars, we still talk. And what I find since like I kind of started doing these builds, like when I started getting just heavily into it back in like the 2010s, where I was just like popping shit out of the oven every 6 months, it was just like I had nothing but time on my hands. And I think, I would go to the track and then I had my friends there and then, some other people would come and then they're like, oh, is it cool if we come by, blah, blah. And, I'm a socialist guy to these people, I'm there having fun with them, talking, and we're chatting up. And then, they come and it's like, they're not there for a friendship. They're there to see what I got. You know what I mean? And that it took a while to tell me. One of my other friends like, dude, why do you have these people come over? Yeah. I'm like, well, they're homies, right? They're at the track and we see each other. He's like, no, he's like, dude, they want to see what you have. They want to be around this stuff and take pictures. And, like I would get tagged in these things and it's like, the fuck, this dude opened my door and like sat in my car and took a picture and then posted it and was like, all right, yeah, we're done with that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so I kind of push those people out of my life. And So that's kind of weird, you know. I mean, I'm not like, I don't think I'm anything special. I'm into this shit. I build cars, you know, and if you're into cars, we're cool, you know, and I'll hang out with you. I'll be normal. But when you bring your problems and, you know, if you do shit like that, you're opening the doors of my car, then, you know, we got a problem. And
Yeah.
I think that's not really a friend, you know, it's an acquaintance. I think, right? So.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I found out as well is that a lot of these people that I did think were friends, they're just around because because of the brand or because they wanted to be around it or, you know, just be a part of the hustle that was going on. But when things start to slow down or when something else looks a little more attractive, you see everybody go that way, and it just makes you feel like really lonely. You know, it's just like, damn, I thought people thought I thought they were my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just come to find out that they're just around because they want to be with whatever's going on at that time. And dude, that happens a lot. And I mean, it's a lot my fault too, because I'm not catching those red flags when they come up.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to hang out and have fun, right? That's
Yeah.
all it is. Especially like, I don't know, it's different. When you have friends from high school, and maybe one or two of them will be around when you're older, you know? And I think from your 20s to 30s, I feel like people get what they can out of you.
Yeah.
You know, my whole deal is like, hey, man, you need something done to your car, just bring some beer down. We'll friggin' weld it up and, you know, just bring like a 30-pack. No big deal. And then dudes would just show up with their parts and no beer. And it's like, well, what do you want me to do? You know?
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I mean, that's not even a big deal. I'm just saying in general, like especially in my place, it was so, because we're very open, uncensored about stuff. So like if some dude had like, you know, a step in his walk, like, what's wrong with your leg? Are you retarded or something? You know, and then they get pissed off. And it's like, dude, I'm just kidding. It's obviously the elephant's in the room. And if you don't find the humor in that, that's weird.
Yeah.
People are so fucking sensitive. And so like, I don't know. I don't go out and like bully people or anything like that. I do fuck with people online every once in a while. And some of it's so past their head they don't even know, you know, or I'll just ask stupid questions or whatever. But like, I don't know. I can't be around that shit. It's weird. It's stressful, you know? And I know why they're stressed, because they're too uptight. And so it's very hard, at least for me, because I just have such a weird sense of humor that it's hard to be around for some people. Like my wife can't even take half the shit that I do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I have to act normal around her, but when I wild out, it's like just the guys, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man. I understand what you mean about the sense of humor, bro, because sometimes I'll just push it. When I'm around a certain type of people, you know, with my wife or whoever I'm around, I'll push it to the level, man, because I feel like there's so much shit that I just can't say on a regular day basis.
yeah. I mean, you can't be fucking absolutely crazy,
Yeah.
right? Like just say random shit when you're out with your wife and kids, but like, you know, when you're with the boys or whatever, and you know, but it seems like now people are so fucking sensitive. You got to watch out what you say.
Yeah.
You know, when I did that iBox show, it was the first time I ever went to one. It was pretty cool. I got to see what other people are doing, you know, whether it was like, you know, crazy, whatever their style was, you know, it's still fun to see what people do, you know? And so that was kind of cool. But I know people are very judgy there, right? Like, oh, this guy's this and that. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know, your car looks like shit. And now you're talking about this guy's car, you know?
Who's in the show?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like all that stuff is eyes in, what is it? Eyes are in the beauty of the beholder.
Yeah.
You know, that car, for whatever it is worth that to that person, you know, kind of thing. And then, you know, if you told me like, hey man, your car looks like shit or you did this, I wouldn't take any offense to it whatsoever, you know? So I just find it, the older I get, I don't know about you, I don't really care about that stuff. Like if I had less friends, I would have very little to worry about, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right, man. Like just being business owners and being busy all the time, there's so much that our attention needs that the less people around, the less people giving you issues is kind of better, which is like a gift and a curse at the same time, you know? It's just, then you really don't have, I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. Like most of the stuff that I do is work related or family related. Anything else is just, I really don't spend that much time with friends and things like that, because I just feel like most of the people that I grew up with or spent time with in my early 20s or worked with when I worked at Best Buy, it's just like all of those relationships, those people are kind of still just in that same mentality. And locally, I really don't have many people that kind of think on that higher level,
Yeah.
you know. And like I said earlier, it's not even about money, it's not about a business, it's just like, tell me about some cool stuff that you want to do.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna go on a hike or something like that, or you want to go fishing or something different, you know, what does your life mean to you? What do you want your story to look like at the end of your life, you know? And a lot of these stories are just like nothing that I want to be a part of. And dude, it makes me sound like a dickhead even saying it, you know, but it's just like I need something more stimulating to like spend time around that kind of person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
Well, for example, a good friend of mine, Frank, it's funny, we can go somewhere, right? Like if we go into Laguna Seca or whatever, 6-hour trip,
yeah,
we'll talk, and then we won't talk for an hour, maybe more. And it's just dude shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. When I'm in the car with my wife and she's talking, you know, and I'm like, all right, I need a break, you know?
yeah,
Little. And then she's like, oh, you're so insensitive and this and that. It's like, no, it's just that, like, you know, that's how dudes are, you know, like we like to, but with that said, the shit I talk about is complete nonsense. It makes no, like, between me and my buddy Frank, or, you know, whatever, it's like, I'll say some of the craziest shit. He's more reserved, but he gets how I am.
yeah,
And I kind of feel like when we do certain things or go somewhere, he knows how I get. Like if we're going to go off-roading and, you know, I got a 30-pack of shitty ass Coors Light, he's going to kind of be there to make sure that I'm not going to jail. Kind of
yeah,
thing. And he's down for whatever we're doing, you know, and he doesn't judge. He doesn't, you know, I say some crazy shit that I know is probably way beyond, and he's just like, laughs or whatever, you know.
yeah.
Where like some people, I'll say some stuff and like they'll be like, are you gay? I'm like,
Yeah.
no. But you know, then it's like, I don't know, it's really weird the older you get. Like I just don't, if you don't like my sense of humor, don't be around me kind of thing, because that's how I am, you know. I mean, I don't act a fool all the time when I'm, you know, out or whatever. I just act like a normal person.
Yeah.
But like if I'm at the shop or we're out getting at the track and we're boozing it up or something like that, or after racing, there's like, my light goes off with weird shit, you know. I don't like basic conversations.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like people that hold shit in about what they say. Like if you think that guy sucks, say it, you know. And it's the same thing. Like I wouldn't bring you to my shop and tell you to fuck off, you know. I tell you to fuck off if you like did something stupid, like that was like you shouldn't be doing, like going in someone's car taking a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm never gonna put someone in a corner and just treat them like shit, you know. So like, I don't know. That for me as a friend, like those are like the qualities. And then, you know, the cars and all this is just part of all having fun, you know. I don't like going out to eat dinner and talking about cars and what I'm going to do. Those days were like when I was in my teens, you know. But like, let's talk about, you know, this is going to be super immature and people are going to probably hate me even more. Like there's times where, you know, we'll be at the shop and I'm like, dude, let's go fucking run over some mailboxes, you know? Like, and
yes.
And that's the kind of shit we do sometimes. And it's like, it comes up and you're either down or you're not, you know? I mean, I'm not into running naked into like grocery stores and shit like that, but like I'm down to fuck something up, you know?
Yeah.
So
what's the most recent thing you've done? I love this.
Oh, I think like 2 weeks ago, we were going to eat somewhere, and I was driving my pickup. It's lifted and kind of hillbilly white trashish. And instead of going around the parking lot, I just decided to drive through the bushes. And I went back like 2 days later. I was like, fuck, man, they're all gone. So the fact that the cops weren't there was great because otherwise, I mean, I don't even think that's the kind of shit that I know I'm gonna end up in jail one day, just not looking for cops, and I do shit like that. You know? And it damages property and it sucks, and I'll pay for it, but it's just like sometimes I can't help myself.
Oh shit!
That's gonna get me in trouble.
No, dude, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, dude. This platform is free. You can say whatever you want, but you got to deal with the responsibilities of the Bush owners.
Yeah, I don't think they speak English, so we might be good. But
Oh shit!
yeah, dude, I don't know. I just like to party. That's pretty much it.
Have you been like that since you were young?
Since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was in behavior classes since, or they call it special ed, since fourth grade. Pretty much until I went. Well, so my whole thing about high school is I was in the ninth grade 4 times. So I did my 4 years of high school, and I remember the last. Oh God, what was it? The last like month of school, they were teaching us how to write checks, right, in the special ed classes. And I mean, you had people with like serious problems. My deal is just like I have serious attention span problems, you know. I'm sure I'm gonna be hard to follow on this because I just jump all over the place.
Bro, you're good.
But anyways, I remember we had this janitor. Well, I'll get to that in a second. All but anyways, they were teaching us how to write checks, and I said something derogatory to our teacher. He was this Irish guy, and it just so happens it was an Irish parade in Chicago, and I was like, hey, you fucking alcoholic, why are you not downtown drinking?
Oh shit.
And he like shoved the table in my chest and was like, get the fuck out of my classroom. So I took these checks that they were teaching us how to do, and we were on the 4th floor, I think. So I was like, fuck these things. I just start ripping them up, and I'm like, I want to see it rain down the stairwell.
Yeah.
So I ripped them up while I was waiting for them to come. I was sitting out in the hallway by myself, so I was like, fuck it. I just walked over to the stairwell, and I threw it off the side, and this fucking janitor, he had like 3 fingers, man. He saw these checks. He saw these checks coming down like rain. He just looked up, shook his head. He was like, fuck, I got to clean this shit up. Dude, I was laughing so hard. I was by myself. It was just like, that shit was so funny. I still laugh about that. I mean, I'm not explaining the whole way it went down, but man, I still think about stuff like that. So I've had problems my whole life with stuff like that, you know. There's just like shit. If my mom hears this, I don't want to say the other stuff, but like my kid, I feel the boy has the same tendencies.
Oh shit.
He's fucking wild. He will get an ass whooping and still push it, you know, just to mess with me. Like he'll do stuff, get me to my bullying point, and then just start laughing. I'm like, fuck, that's me. That's what I used to do, you know? And so I'm not worried about it because he's not like a little shit, like in the fact that like he's gonna do drugs or he doesn't, you know, he's not around that kind of environment. So like he's definitely gonna push my buttons for sure. Yeah. As long as he turns out good, that's all that matters, you know. I'm trying to teach him whatever I can. But yeah, man, I still have my own problems. Like now. I mean, you can't, I don't know if you can see me, but
yeah, I can see.
I'm just dressed like a normal white guy, wearing a golf shirt, you know.
It says golf sucks.
Right, but it's a golf shirt nonetheless. But you know, if you saw me walking down the street, you wouldn't think I'm an average white guy. Yeah. And I'm walking down the street and I'm checking out your fucking mailboxes.
I'm about to break that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. So did you have a lot of problems with your parents growing up?
Yeah. My mom kicked me out when I dropped out of high school, so I had
for your 4th year of 9th grade?
Yeah, it was fucked. And I'm in special ed, so it's even worse, you know? I mean, there was this chick who had Tourette's. Like, she belonged there. She needed the help. There was this other guy who, like, I remember this guy, Tom. I used to skateboard with him, but he had some social problems. He was kind of quiet. He was cool. But one day I had a rubber band, and I just flicked it at him and, like, stuck on his eyelid. And he was like looking at me, and this rubber band's like dangling off his eyeball. He like gets up like the Hulk, picks his fucking chair up and like throws it at me. I was like, dude, I thought we were cool. But Yeah, I don't know, man. I have issues, I guess, but I knew right and wrong. Like I knew.
Yeah.
I mean, I got arrested for skateboarding probably 50 times.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But
shit.
never like I didn't go to jail for like robbing a fucking liquor
Yeah.
store or anything like that. Like I'm not that stupid.
Got
know?
you.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fun though. I mean, it's the shit that makes me laugh. You know.
Yeah.
I've seen every comedy show. Like I think the last time I had a great time watching a comedian was like Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Outside of that, like. I don't know. Andrew Dice Clay's like kind of a dirtbag. He's not that funny to me, but like it's hard to get those laughs where I'm like gut busting laugh unless I'm doing something fucking crazy, you know?
Have you ever heard of Joey Diaz?
No.
Oh, you got to check him out, dude. He's a comedian, really good friends with Joe Rogan. He's always on that show, but he has his own podcast too. He's a fucking nut, bro. And
No, I've
he's,
never-
he's lived like 17 lives. He used to rob people. He kidnapped people, been in jail, sold drugs, and he'll just on his podcast just talk about all those old stories. And it's like, fuck, dude. It's crazy, man, because I don't even drink soda, you know? I don't even eat McDonald's, and this fucking guy is still alive after
Yeah.
all the shit that he's done, you know?
Yeah. No, I've met some interesting people in Chicago, to say the least. I mean, some like shit that movies were made from their family, but you look at that life and it's like, man, it's fucking crazy. Like people getting killed over
Yeah.
just stuff is just nuts. I mean, that's like a whole nother, that's not even I don't even look at that as like a good thing, you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very odd. I feel like there's so much to be offered online or just in general. There's too many products.
Mm-hmm.
And so I compare that to like finding a good comedian. It's like you have to go through 200 to find one good one,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, it's hard, man. The whole thing like that I want to do is just laugh and
Yeah.
have fun. Like that's it. But it's hard to get that unless it's like brought on by something stupid, you know, that starts at the shop. you
Yeah.
know?
I feel you. Have you ever thought about doing comedy?
No, because I'm awkward,
Yeah.
right? So like,
Sometimes that's a good comedy, though, when you just say something and you let other people react, but like you don't really react to it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to be in my head to understand half the shit I'm saying because I don't say what I'm trying to say because
Yeah.
I don't get it out, kind of thing. You just,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things you gotta pick it up. So
Yeah. So when you were growing up, did you have a lot of friends that had the same comedy as you?
no, not really. I mean, we grew up, you know, like most skateboarders, we all had some kind of family problems, right? Like
Yeah.
you were asking me about my mom and dad. So
Yeah.
my parents were divorced.
Okay.
And but yeah, skateboarding was like there's talented people, but they all came from different walks of life, like drug addict parents or divorced parents, or it's very rare that we went to one of our friends' house where the mom and father still live together, you know.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my mom worked a lot when I was younger, and she wouldn't get home till like 9 o'clock at night. So I had like all this time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, when I was like maybe from like 12 to 15, I got in a lot of trouble. Not like crazy shit, but quite a bit of trouble. And all of our friends somehow just kind of were into the same thing, and then we became car guys, and then we got older, and
Yeah.
some matured and some didn't.
I was talking about this on yesterday's podcast. It's so weird that a lot of car enthusiasts used to skate before that hobby.
For sure.
What do you think it is about skating that brings so many different people together?
I think it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a hobby that you don't think it's going to turn into a lifelong thing at first. Maybe it's something that you're like, it's kind of like, hey, I'd like to look at stars, right? So I'm going to buy a telescope.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, cool. And then you put it away for 5 years and most likely end up giving it away. And then there's people who are like, oh, I want the next telescope.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, with skateboarding, it was kind of like you're into it. You want to learn how to ollie, kickflip. Next thing you're doing rails. Next thing you know, now you got a crew of guys you're with. And then you're all trying to, it was like with me when I was skating, I skated for a long time. It was like I couldn't do my best shit if my guys weren't there,
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like a big thing. And I feel like cars kind of relate to that, where it's like you can still express yourself and whatever it is. I mean, look at your style versus my style, right? Completely different.
Yeah.
But we're into our own stuff. And here we are talking, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think it's just a evolution of what if we weren't into cars? What if we were into something else? You know what I mean? Like it's just somehow skateboarding transferred into cars, and I don't know how.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
It definitely does, man, because I've talked to too many people, and they all that used to skate, or even some skated like really heavily before they were even into cars, and you don't really hear that many people saying like, oh yeah, I used to play football a lot and then I just got into cars, you know? It always seems more of kind of like the more...
Wait a second. Those are the Trans Am drivers.
I don't know about those guys.
The guys that go to college parties and rape girls and drive Trans Ams.
Oh shit, yeah, but it is...
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It was always those guys at the street races. And it was like Kyle or Chad, was their name.
Is it like Dazed and Confused, where you get older but they stay the same age?
Yeah, exactly. That was the theme of my mustache.
Dude, if I was to shave everything off, my mustache would look pretty fucking crazy, man.
Dude, my wife went out of town. My wife and kids went to Iran for a month to visit their family. And I was like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can look like an idiot and I'm not going to get yelled at. So
yeah.
I decided I dropped him off at the airport on last Saturday, and I just decided to grow a mustache, and so here we are. This is like the premature stages of my mustache. I don't know where I'm gonna go with it. If I'm gonna let it thicken out, or if I'm gonna.
It looks pretty thick right now.
Yeah, so I want to get maybe to like where yours is at.
Yeah.
Yours goes with your beard, but I might do. Let it kind of come out a little bit and then cut it. I don't know.
I think you could go with the curly joints. That might be a good one.
I just like the dick bag look. I don't know. It's funny.
I can't grow shit right here.
Yeah, I got that right here. I don't know
what the fuck happened, dude.
I tried to grow a beard like a couple of years ago, and I had these like empty spots right here.
Yeah.
And it's like I look like a fucking idiot, so I just cut it. So.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me right now. I'm pretty much just gonna let it rock until. I don't know, catches in a fan or something, man.
Trim your ball hair and just fucking glue it on, man.
I might just grow my ball hair and see what the fuck happens, dude.
Yeah.
And just get it. It's going to be hidden in the weeds. It's not that... the weeds don't got to be that high to hide it, but...
You can donate it.
Ball hair?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Maybe,
dude.
I don't know.
Hey, you got to be some kind of person to be upset for not being able to grow some ball hair, dude.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean...
Yeah, no, it would be good.
You probably wouldn't have as much chafing.
Yeah,
right?
And it would look longer too.
Yeah.
Everything would look a little bigger.
Yeah, I think ball hair is just really fucking weird. Right?
Yeah.
Because you ever get those ones that are like longer than your dick?
The gray ones. I have gray ball hair.
geez.
I wonder who gave me that one.
Hey, you know what the shitty part about being a woman is?
What?
Is having to have like balls in your face. You ever thought about that?
Yeah, dude. And especially like dudes are not really that clean.
Yeah.
Going back to like the eating ass kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine a girl eating a guy's ass. That wouldn't be the coolest thing,
Yeah. Well, so the thing about that, I mean, those people when they meet, it's like how do they meet? Like how do you find out you're like a chair smeller or a fucking
chair smeller
or whatever, or like an asshole licker. Like how do these people find each other?
You can't put a chair smeller and an asshole licker in the
same thing.
It's not the same thing.
A chair smeller likes to smell the chair because of asshole, right?
Yeah.
Like and then he's obviously going for the asshole when he puts his tongue on it. So I feel like, that's pretty gross, but. I still, between that and like having balls in my face, I couldn't do it. Women are fucking pretty gross if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes they need to get a little grosser. Fucking man.
I mean, it's cool if you're only thinking of yourself, but if you think about the others, like, man, I feel horrible putting my balls in their face.
Yeah.
Especially after like a 12-hour workday.
Well, just think about this one. Just think about these rappers that are out on the road and then they do their show and then after that they go fuck like 4 or 5 chicks. Like, no matter they're rappers, no matter they're millionaires, those dudes are probably stinky as fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
And they probably have like their leather pants on or whatever their style is.
But they're like, they're fishing. There's women willing to deal with that so they don't have to get a job and sit at home,
Somebody's willing to deal with it.
Yeah.
Someone's willing to deal with it.
I'd rather work, man. Like, there's that $1 million question we always talk about at the shop. It's like, man, would you suck a dick for like $5 million? I'm like, no, not even for all the money in the world, because after you have that money and you acquire that lifestyle, you're going to have to live with that image in your head for the rest of your life. So then it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about how rich people are fucking miserable. Like, what did they do to get that money?
Suck the dick.
Right. It's like, you could buy all these cars, you could have a fucking hot wife. It doesn't even matter. But every time you go to bed, you're going to have that, like, thing, It's like, fuck, I put a dick in my mouth,
Well, especially if that person is still alive and, like, tormenting you.
Well, that person can be dead. It's still in your head for the rest of your life,
What if the person was dead when you did it? That's worth at least 50 mil.
No, that shit is fucking worse. I feel like that's just as bad as like sucking your dog's dick or like letting them bang in the ass. It's just as bad, equally. So
I think sucking dead dick is pretty bad, bro.
It is, but I think it's even worse. But that person's dead, right? But the grossest part is when that dude's sitting there down there looking at you while once you make eye contact with, you know what I mean?
There has to be some rules, dude.
I don't know.
For this joke to have gone on for so long, some people have to have done that. Like, hey, I'm super rich, just goes to a grocery store and tells some random, like, manly looking dude, like, hey, I'll give you $5 million to blow me right now. You think that's happened before?
No.
No?
Maybe $1,000 someone's done it for, But the thing is, it's kind of like, think about it this way, right? Like if you were like you had your turbo Honda, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a Lambo. And then you get in a Lambo and you're like, fuck, man, I spent like 250 grand on this car. And you drive it every day and like, this thing fucking sucks.
Yeah.
After sitting, you're just like, I wish I would just had the money, right? Like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So I think the same would be said for like sucking dick or whatever for that kind of money. It's like, I mean, money's nice, but goddamn, that's a lifelong commitment you have to deal with mentally,
Yeah.
It's not worth it. You're better off just getting a job, and working.
I guess that's the fast track to being a millionaire, though.
Yeah. Well, some people, do what they got to do. That's all.
I think it would be a lot harder for to find that opportunity. I don't think those opportunities are just going around.
I mean, it's kind of hard you would definitely have to go to the gay community, It's like women are on a daily basis, bothered. Imagine being a dude. It's like, come on, dude, I'll fucking give you $1,000 to lick my balls. It's like,
dude. So what do you think about all the girls that they do live that lifestyle? They're basically prostituting themselves.
I can tell you
for fame.
all about that.
Really?
I mean, my wife's Persian, so most Persian women don't work. Not all, but the ones that like Kim Kardashian style, where it's like they're fucking. Well, the president's wife, same shit. It's like they're 20 years younger than the dude. The guy's fucking loaded, and they sit at home. They don't do shit all day, and that seems to be the case in most countries too. I mean, whether it's not here, but like in Russia, or if it's Iran, or if it's like Middle East, the women stay at home.
Yeah,
and the man makes the money, and that's kind of how it is. Now, if he wants you to lick his balls, you got to lick his balls. That's it. You know? And if you don't want to lick his balls, then get a job and lick someone else's balls you want to lick.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. So I can't deal with that shit, man. Well, like, that's the other thing, too, about L.A. It's all about, like, show. It's like driving the fancy car, showing the fucking Rolex, and, and it's like, it's so funny when I hear people say, oh, dude, fucking, you get so many chicks with, like, Ferrari or this. It's like, no, you don't. Because if you actually own one, it's a bunch of dudes that fucking bother you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, can you take a picture of me while I'm holding the pump and the blah, blah, blah. That shit. If you're into dudes, buy a fucking Ferrari, buy a Lambo. But in reality, there's this misconception. They think, like, women want this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't. And if it does attract that kind of woman, then she's a hooker.
Yeah.
And not that that's bad. I mean, if you're into hookers, that's cool. But, I mean, just you can't tell people, oh yeah, we're in love. Like, no, she fucking loves you because you have money.
Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah, I see that a lot, man, especially with like with musicians or whatever, actors or whatever like that. It's like, they're only with you for your money, right? And that has to, I don't care who you are, dude. And at 2:00 in the morning when everybody's asleep or whatever, and when you're in bed by yourself, it's just like the sucking dick for $5 million. You have to think, you have to look over at the girl, and it's like, yeah, she's a fucking supermodel, but
yeah.
if I didn't have this money, she wouldn't be here. Do you think that they ever feel like that, or they're just too shallow to even contemplate that?
I don't think it's any different than like a stripper, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go and get naked and fucking sell a dream to some horny single dude, or some douchebag who's married.
Yeah.
In reality, that's maybe not the way they think, but that's how they make a living for themselves, and I think that's how some women are. But for every woman that wants that, there's a dude who provides that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, again, I mean, you look at fucking Donald Trump and Melania. I mean, dude, you see him on TV, and she looks fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And like, he's a fucking I wonder, do you think he's gonna deport her?
I don't know,
Or
bro.
the next one, right? Like,
next term, he has to have a new wife.
right. That's the way it's
You gotta
got to be.
switch it up.
So, but it's so funny. I'm like, not to sound political in any way. I always thought he was a douchebag, right?
Yeah.
Because before being a president, but like, same shit. Like, dude's fucking 70 years old, smelly, old balls, right?
100%.
What do you talk with? Like, what do you have in common with someone who's 30 years younger than you?
Yeah.
Right? Other than just having sex. I mean, that's it. And then now she got drugged into being like, this, the first lady or whatever. It's so fucking awkward to watch this show. But in fact, it's reality, because that's what America is.
Yeah.
We're the fucking, give me the biggest chips, the biggest drink you got. I want the shiniest car. I want the hottest chick on my arm.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what people look up to, which is pretty fucking sad.
I think Trump is a very big representation of the values that we do have in our society. It's just, you want the most ridiculous amount of things. You want your name on everything. You want the hottest chick. You want to be the biggest, the baddest. I mean, he's at that point where he's reached that pinnacle. And before he became president, before people even paid attention to whether he's racist or not or whatever, like, every rapper was speaking about him.
For sure.
He was the idol, and he was so many people's idol before. But
even
now,
Obama said,
yeah,
I wanted to be like Donald Trump. When
Yeah.
he was in college. But the thing is, like, I feel like those people are like, do you know anyone who listens to Drake?
me.
You listen to
I
Drake?
love Drake.
Okay.
Attack me.
No. Like, do you like think that the clothes he wears is like attractive in any kind of way? Do you find yourself like, man, I wouldn't mind having like a clean fucking cut like him, and having like the rings and like the fucking high top shoes? And like, I feel like people idolize people and then try to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Got
so,
you.
for example, Donald Trump, your average American's like, yeah, man, I want fucking money. I want fucking hot ass wife.
Yeah.
I want to be a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, I don't find that attractive.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, dude, just be you.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people don't put stock in that, and it's as cliche as it sounds. Like, nobody else can be you. You're the only you, and that's as unique as it can be.
Yeah.
And I've gone through that so much, especially in my high school years, not knowing who I was and trying to emulate whatever I thought was cool, and then growing up and just being in my early 20s and still doing the same thing, like spending $400 on a belt or something just because I had it, and now me being in the position where I can have all those things, I'm just like, dude, I'm just wearing my own shirt and just some fucking Old Navy pants. You know?
Like skateboarding, right? Going through all the trends. Like, when I started, I started skateboarding when I was like 9 until I was 20, right? So I was doing it a long time, and I had like local shop sponsors and stuff like that back in the Midwest. But, to be current, I remember like the whole, when these like sub categories, like, everyone had like the Fresh Jive big ass pants, you know, and like my mom was like, you look like a fucking idiot, you know.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. I didn't care what my mom thought. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to look like those dudes on Thrasher magazine or Trans
Yeah.
World. And then like, I think right around the time Big Brother came out is when you started to see the diversity of like, you know, you had the LA guys, like the Menace guys being covered. You had the East Coast guys that were kind of like, you know, like the tighter pants. And then you had the dudes from like, you know, further north, like Washington, like the, I forget what you call them, like, you know, the Hessians, you know, or like the beards and like looking homeless, like whole kind of thing.
Oh, got it.
And so for whatever reason back then, I always liked the fucking like Kareem Campbell style of dress, you know, the fucking mini shirts and like, you know, the baggy pants, not too baggy, but you know,
Like a hip hop skater?
yeah. I really, really love that shit. And I think I even had like gold teeth that I bought in St. Louis in the fucking hood. And I'm like this white kid and I'm like, so funny. Anyways, I was lucky I didn't get robbed.
Yeah. For your teeth?
Yeah. Dude, they weren't like, they turned like bronze in like a month. It was so funny. But yeah, so like as I got older and I actually started working, and you know, I always got shit with the older guys. They used to, you know, make fun of me the way I dress and stuff like that. And it's weird, like as I get older, I don't know what happened. I just once I hit like 35, man, you got 1 year left. It's gonna hit you. You're like, I gotta get dad clothes. So I'm wearing like the shorts a little bit above my knees and like, you know, fucking these like dad shoes and like dad shirts, you know.
The New Balances, huh?
Yeah, like that's my style right now. I don't have a fucking style. You know, it's like, I don't know, my wife is always fucking talking shit to me about like
me too.
How I dress.
Yeah.
You're not going out with the boys tonight. I'm like, no, I know. But just put something nice on. I'm like, man, see, that's the thing. You want me to be somebody who I'm not.
Yes. I say the same shit, dude.
Yeah. So it's all about class, you know? I mean, like with my wife, you know, she's like, you got to be presentable even though you're not. And I'm like, okay. But it's funny, so they're in Iran and I talked to her. So they're like 12 or 11 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
So she called this morning when I was on the way here and she was telling me, you know, they have parties every night, basically, you know, and they dress up every night.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you know, Sasha, my son, is having a hard time dressing up. Like he gets mad. He'll wear it like once and then the next day, forget it. He wants his Nike shorts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's like, you can't tell him anything. He has that temperament that I had as a kid.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm not wearing this shit. I don't want to get dressed. And he's like crying until he gets his way. And she's just had enough. Okay, fine. You wear your shorts. That's how I was. I hate dressing up. You know, if I go to a wedding, obviously I'll wear something. But yeah. You're not catching me wearing no fancy shit during the day.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I feel you, man. And too, like I was saying, in my early 20s, most of the reason I was doing that stuff is because I wanted to look like I was doing better than I actually was, you know? And it had a lot to do with insecurities that I had.
Right.
And being able to go through that, and now just like looking on my older age and looking like at how things are in society and, you know, social media or whatever, and seeing that the image that these people are trying to portray, it's like so easy for me to see that it's just an insecurity from them, that that's manifesting into like, oh, I want to look like this, I want to have Gucci this or Versace or whatever, and even I want to look like these rappers or whatever. But some of those guys, I see them like, yeah, I understand that outfit that you have is maybe like $10,000 outfit, but like you still don't have swag, bro. It still doesn't look good. Like it looks dumb. You know what I mean?
You know what I feel like, and I don't know what your thoughts on this. I mean, I like Harleys and stuff, but motorcycle guys, like once they buy, in a Harley to be specific, they always wear the same shit, like the leather vest.
Yeah.
And then they have like, you know, the motorcycle club. You know, I went a couple years back with my old man's a Harley guy. So he actually goes from like St. Louis. He'll ride his motorcycle from St. Louis to LA, or he's crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Wow.
But we went to Laughlin a few years ago, and it was like, you go to these things, it was like this, you know, this ride they do, it's a annually thing, and it's just like all the dudes look the same. They all have the leather fucking vest. They all have a bald head. or if they don't have a bald head, they have the long beards.
Yeah,
It's just like, dude, it's so weird. Just be normal.
Yeah.
Just normal. You don't, and you look, the thing is like, you look like a fucking trash man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know it's cool, but you look on the outside, you look like a fucking trash man.
Yeah.
And you're not special by any means. You're actually the same as everyone else here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. It's kind of like the older, like 1950s, 60s cars, right? It's like, I appreciate those cars, like, you know, like the old school, like Latino, you know, Daytons with the, you know, everyone's dressed the same. They're all wearing those fucking Dickies that go down to their ankles and fucking Lokes, and like, they're not even listening to normal music. They're listening to the music of that era of the car. And I just find that so weird. Maybe that's offensive. I don't know. But it's like, the equivalent of that would be like, if I'm driving my Honda Civic, I'm listening to fucking that, what is that one song, that I Love My Honda song? You know what I mean? It's just really weird that people do that shit. And it's like, those cars are fucking gnarly. Actually, 2 of my friends are into that. Dude, the amount of work that goes in those things exceeds what I do beyond. I mean, it's just fucking insane. But it's just the whole culture, like the rockabillys, you know, like the guys that, it's just weird. You don't have to dress this way to the era of whatever you're doing. I just find it so strange, you know?
Yeah, that's so funny that you say that, because one year I went to Arizona. I forgot what I think it was, do you know RC from RC's Garage? Well, he's out of Arizona, and he had like an annual meet at his shop. So I went over there for the weekend, and then we went to, what is it? I forget what it's called, but it's a pretty big lowrider show out over there in Arizona, Super Show or something like that. And it's pretty tight, dude. There's a lot of nice cars, but once you got in there, everybody looked like they were from the mid 80s, or I don't even know when that era was. I think my dad was born in 61, 71. So I would probably say like late 70s, maybe some like that kind of style. And then the performers were from that era to, you know, lighter shade of brown, or, you know, that MC Magic or whatever, that kind of stuff. And it's just like, do you have to look like this to be able to appreciate this kind of car?
Right.
You know, can I just not go get like a 6.4 juiced up and just drive it like I'm right now and just, you know, just,
well, so there's a hot rod shop down the street from our place, and that's all they do. It's like, you know, the old Mercs and stuff like that, and the old Chevys, and it's a company called Starlight, and it's all they do. So anyways, you know, I play hockey. I'm a hockey goalie, right? And so I wanted something on my helmet, because, you know, all goalies have to have like a swag helmet, you know. And I was thinking like should I do a mural, something of like having Hollywood in the background, because I actually love the culture out here. You know, it's so it'd be something like, I'm not gonna get a tattoo of that, but it'd be awesome to have like on my helmet. And so I was like, fuck, I went down there, because these guys do that kind of stuff, right? They're like telling me, you know, well, it's gonna be really hard because the surface area isn't that big and this and that. And then he's like, have you thought about doing like metal flake stuff? I was like, no, but I'm open to it. And he brought me in the back and showed me these cars, and he's like, dude, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, this guy's got like $300,000 into this car. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude. That's like, I mean, I'm an idiot. I've spent $100,000 on a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? But $300,000 is just insane.
Good Lord.
And so where's the disconnect?
If
I was making that kind of money, I couldn't dress up like that era.
You
know, just the bridge doesn't connect. When you're successful, you don't dress up like, it's like Halloween. You dress up, I don't know, like, or you tell your kids like, hey, you know, Dad's got to dress like this today because I'm going to go take the car out. You know, it's just so weird.
It's Impala night tonight.
And that's what's and same thing with motorcycles. I appreciate the work on the Harleys and like, you know, custom stuff, but I just don't get the dress up thing. It's so weird to me, you know. But maybe I'm the fucking weirdo, because you'll see a guy like me dressed like the way I am today, and I come out of a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I just find it confusing. I definitely don't dress up though. Like, you don't see me spiking my hair like fucking Dragon Ball Z going to these fucking, you know, car events. You know what I mean? So it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think maybe because you're more of a thinker than others, and maybe others are just playing more into just like the group think, oh well, this dude, I would admire his build, like this is what I kind of want to model myself after, rather than just being like, separating the vehicle from like the whole lifestyle. Even I'll go to like a hip hop show, or even a punk rock hardcore show or something like that, and I'll look the same exact at all places.
Same.
But once I get in there, I can see the people that I'm just like say I for instance, I went to like a SoundCloud rapper. So do you know what that term is? Like a SoundCloud rapper. So I went to one of those shows before, and it's just a bunch of early 20-year-old kids all fucked up on drugs. You could tell they're all pilled out or whatever, and I went there by myself because nobody wanted to go to the show with me, and I'm just tripping out on these people. I'm like, damn, dude, like, you guys look stupid.
Yeah.
And you all look really stupid, and it's sad because you think you look cool, and like you said, I don't know if it's me because I'm older or because I can recognize that, but it's like, you don't have to do that stuff to experience that event. Just like if you went to like a EDC or something that, you don't have to go there, and you don't have to get fucking trashed on acid or do whatever. Like, you can just go and enjoy it because it's music. But to them, it's more of like, this is the lifestyle. This is what I have to do. Let me get all these beads and shit like this. Let me do. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of. Do you like doing that? Is this what you're really enjoying, or are you just doing it because that's like the thing you think to do?
Well, it's like these rappers, like, was it Lil Xan? Mm-hmm. Like, dude, he looks so stupid. You just want to punch him in his face, right? And then, like, what fucking idiot thinks that his music? I mean, the guy mumbles the entire time. You can be a mumble rapper, and that's fine, because there's actually some good mumble rappers.
Yeah.
But this dude's just like he's like the sperm that should have got swallowed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, he's not interesting at all. He has nothing different about it. He's just a fucking drugged out kid that came from Inland Empire. Mm-hmm. And he's as white as could be, even though he's Mexican. He's like, you have no street cred, nothing. And then you're telling people you're better than Tupac or whatever he said that sent people off. And the same thing with like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm like, dude, is this dude gay? Is he like... Seriously, I mean, he's got rainbow hair and whatever. And I'm just like, dude, this is the shit that kids like.
Yeah.
And then, I have a very short attention span, so I don't like spend too much time. I don't watch TV or too much YouTube stuff, but like I try watching these interviews. I make it through like 5 minutes, and I'm like, dude, I feel like my fucking credit score has gone down just watching this shit. It's so stupid. But then that's like a whole nother generation thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of that has to do with marketing and their understanding how to market and how to get themselves popular. But you're 100%. Little Xan has like 3 chromosomes, bro. That dude is gone, man. Even he just like how unintimidating he really is he was at a gas station and pulled out a gun on some dudes, and they didn't even flinch. How are you gonna pull a gun out on someone and you're so not a threat?
Yeah, or at least fight and try to get some street cred, even if you get your ass kicked. It's kind of like going to jail. If you go to jail and some dude wants to fucking butt fuck you, you better fight or ready to die for it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. These fucking people are weird. That's why I like my little cave. I go to my man cave. I work on my shit, and I can't even keep up with all this stuff. To be honest with you. I wish I didn't have to have a smartphone.
Really?
Yeah. If I could have a flip phone, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't like texting. Most of my friends know that. To me, it takes too long to have a conversation. And then if you have too many things going on, your entire day is consumed with texting, right? So it's like, dude, you need to just fucking call, right? Like, it takes 2 seconds. With these newer people, you have to be careful. Like, they don't, like, it's offensive, So like some of the guys I play hockey with are in their 20s or whatever. I'm like, hey, you gonna make it out tonight or whatever it is, and they don't answer the phone. They'll send a text like, dude, now I have to fucking spend 5 minutes of my time texting. Just yes or no. That's all I need. You know. But if I had to relay that in a text, that takes time. So I wish I didn't have to see stuff like Little Xan or Tekashi 6ix9ine because of this fucking device. I mean, in all honesty, like, if I didn't run a business, I wouldn't have this phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to be contacted. I don't want to be reading emails all day. Like, I don't understand why people work at like Walmart and fucking Jack in the Box and have an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not to sound like an asshole. You're not important. It's just that you don't need any of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's everything today. We just have too much bullshit that we don't need.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of fluff out there, man. And I mean, I'm in the thick of it, bro. I know everything that's going on in the culture, not only the car culture, but the hip hop urban culture. And I keep an eye on everything. But a lot of my reasoning for it is, for one, I like that kind of entertainment. It just trips me out to see somebody go from nothing to something, whether they don't deserve to be there, whether they don't have anything that justifies them being there. Like, the least amount of skill and seeing how far somebody could get, to me, that's something that's intriguing, because it makes me think like, well, shit, if I'm better at this dude than this and he got to this point, like, what can I do to get to that point? And that's on the grand scale of things. But even in our community, like, I see a lot of bigger brands, and I see a lot of the people that back in the day I used to look up to, and now I'm like, dude, why the hell did I even look up to you back in the day in the first place? It's like opens up a lot more opportunities for me.
Yeah. Well, I think, and it goes beyond that too, which is like, what do they do with their money and how long is it going to last?
Yeah.
Right. Like most sports players, rappers, they don't invest. They don't buy things that are going to take care. I mean, how many people spend all their money and they're completely broke? I mean, basketball players, football players, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. And I think the microwave mentality, right, which is like, get money quick.
Yeah.
0 to 100 real quick, right? So like, well, what comes after that? How do you maintain, again, this is like, once you hit, your 40s, like, and you're not an athlete anymore, right? Because you're too old to do any of this shit. How are you going to live the rest of your life? And then not only that, like that lifestyle, how long can you keep it? So like, I don't know. People get rich quick, but to have it so long that's the interesting part to me, and it's not even properties. You could invest in other things, you know what I mean? So like, that to me is where kind of I'm at now, because when I was younger, I definitely was like, I just got to figure out how to make some money, And then once I started making some money, I was like, okay, now I want the bigger thing, And then it's like, I'm always chasing this thing. I mean, I'm not stressed out about it or anything like that, but I mean, I'm like, how do I, like, now, like, where am I going to be when I'm 60? You know what I mean? I don't even care if I have the cars or not. Like, where am I going to be? And I don't think you figure that out until you're a little older. You know what I mean? Because I don't even, pretty much up until like last year, I was just like floating. You know what I mean? I was just like, I was having fun with what I was doing. Didn't care about the money. The money was coming, and like, it's weird now. Because in reality, it's not that much money. So like, if you think about, not to sound like the financial guy here, but like, if you're okay with making 60 grand a year and you're okay with it, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're the kind of person that makes 100 grand a year and you're okay with it, that's where you're at. If a person made, let's say, $500,000 or $1 million a year, and that's their standard of life, if you took everything away from them, do you think they would be able to get right back, or is it going to be that one-time deal?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I look at things, like, justifying certain things, like, you're probably not going to blow your chances of being rich by spending money on your Honda Civic or whatever it is, but there's things that are beyond that, which is like, you could do your car stuff and that's fun, but don't make it all the time, right? Where all your time's consumed with going to work, working on your car, and then going on something. Like, just save up. You'd be amazed how much money you can actually save if you just take your time and not blow it every time you get it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now I have 50 grand. Am I really going to put it in this fucking car? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like where I learned, in terms of like changing the way I think about, like, the dough. Like, to be honest with you, if I was making, I mean, I'm not a rich person by any means, but like, I'm maxed out where I'm at. I don't want to make any more.
Yeah.
And I don't even make a lot of money. I'm just saying that as a business owner, the amount of stress that it gives me, I'm good. Like, I don't want to make, if it requires me to be more stressed, I don't want to make any more money.
Yeah.
As a rapper, you make that money quick, or a child actor, you make that money quick. And it's like, there's no plan outside of that. And once that money's gone, if you didn't have a talent or you were perishable, rapper, sports player, I don't know. It's weird, man.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. It would definitely do something to your ego if you didn't have that anymore and you have to go work a regular job.
Right.
You know, just like it wasn't long ago that they were saying about what's the little guy from Different Strokes.
Willis?
Yeah, no. Was it Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? That guy?
I think, yeah, that dude, that he was working at just some regular
Gary
job.
Coleman?
No, not Gary Coleman, the other dude.
Oh, yeah, the brother.
Yeah, he was just working a
yeah.
regular job, and it kind of got like a big thing for that week in the news that somebody saw him there, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck else do you expect this guy to do?
Yeah.
You know, like that gravy train ended and whatever the 80s or 90s or whenever that shit was, like, what do you really expect to do? But
yeah,
when you're in the spotlight and everybody has this image of you, like, what are you going to do after that?
Remember that show,
over?
John and Kate Plus 8?
Yeah.
That dude works at a restaurant now, you know?
No
he was
shit.
addicted. He was addicted to pussy and then lost everything. And then, now he works at a restaurant. Maybe that's where that's his calling. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I have this other side of me where I'm just like, fuck it. Where I'm like, dude, fuck all this shit. Fuck the business. The business comes with too many just variables and like pleasing this and pleasing that. And like, not only that, getting paid seems to be my problem. Like, people always extend their time to pay. And so I'm like, fuck, man, maybe it'd be cool if I was working at Walmart, like the greeter, I could smoke a joint and probably drink a 12-pack and just do a better job than the fucking CEO of that place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the CEO of Walmart, but let's say the store manager. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And just not even use my fucking brain cells, But then, I don't know. Could I get used to that lifestyle? I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want to live in the hood. I would want to live like in the woods somewhere. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to get like injured because some fucking idiot is shooting off whatever. So if I like move to like, Louisiana or like some place where it doesn't cost much, I could probably do that. Maybe.
You think so?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm at that point yet. I would maybe like to think that in the future I could get to that, but it's just like this California lifestyle, bro, is just such a big part of me and a part of who I am that I don't know if I could ever stop. I spent maybe 3 years out of my life in northern Nevada, in Gardnerville, which is right outside of Carson City, and the life was just so slow there, man. And granted, I was younger. I was in my early 20s, so I would feel like that, But I don't know if maybe in my mid 40s or something like that, I would just feel like, man, this fuck a business. I'd rather just work somewhere a few days out of the week. And that's it.
As I'm like getting my friends that are my age that live here, like maybe say they grew up here or whatever, but they're like, oh, dude, fuck California taxes, this and that, and like if you didn't. I grew up in the Midwest, right? And dude, the weather sucks, Where, like, say in St. Louis, man, there's not really, at the time, there wasn't too much to offer. There was a Ford plant and then that shut down. And literally, I just went back a couple weeks ago and it has not changed since I left. I mean, everything is the same. A lot of old cars. People don't buy stuff. People don't renew. People don't really take care of their properties as well there. You know what I mean? Where here it's like, not that it means anything, but like there's always newer cars on the road. People are going somewhere, people are working, people are active.
Yeah.
I feel like California people are more health conscious here. You don't see fucking obese people all over the place, or like you can't even go to a fucking good restaurant. It's just grease everywhere.
Yeah.
And like fucking drums of soda, and like, it's just, I can't live that life, it's slow. I couldn't do that. But if you gave me some woods to live in and it was just me and myself, I'd probably be doing the same shit I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Minus all the cool food that I don't get near my house. But, I don't know. It's weird. It is a different place. I think California, it's like, I didn't come from here, so I'm willing to deal you got to use your fucking brain if you want a house here. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's California. It's not. Yeah, you can get a house for $300,000 in Arizona or Nevada or whatever it is, but it's like Afghanistan out there. Like, who the fuck wants to live out there?
Yeah.
Not to diss it, I'm just saying
they don't want to live there.
No, I mean,
dude,
I have some friends that are all about it, man. You know, the fucking you ain't taking my guns friends. You know what I mean? It's like, they love it out there because, you know, the thing is they're like, I don't know, they're pissed off that they can't leave their house with a fucking full clip in their
rocket launcher on their shoulder.
Yeah, right. It's like
holding it.
It's so fucking weird. But anyways, no, I think California is probably where I'm going to stay. In particular, where I live, just because it's like you here. I'm close to the beach, and even though I don't go to the beach, it's just I like having that breeze, and you know.
Yeah, no, I love California, and I'm willing to pay the extra money for whatever the tax is or however expensive homes are, or things like that, and I understand the culture too. I understand why people are how they are, and they think that, like, to be part of the California life or the Hollywood life, you gotta have expensive cars and things like that. But at the end of the day, that only impresses a certain type of person,
right?
And then when you meet somebody like that and you have an actual conversation with them, that kind of puts everybody on an even playing field, like I was talking about earlier. It's like just because you have money, just because you have a fancy car or whatever, that doesn't mean that you have the skills that you can communicate with as many human beings as possible. And that's kind of like what my goal is with the podcast, and even with Downstar and customer service and things like that. When we go to these shows, I just want to meet as many people as possible from different walks of life, and just I don't know what it is, man. I think it's just like taking in data and just trying to understand why people think how they do, and it really doesn't have much to do with business. I think it's kind of just something that really intrigues me. Like, why do people do certain things that they do? Why do they think like they do? Why? I like to ask why a lot rather than just take things for face value.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think there's, like, I don't know, podcast is the other alternative to listening to the same song 50 times, and you might learn. Like, I listen to some that I learned some from. I've always been kind of like a space nerd as a kid, and so I'll listen to like Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast, and it's cool. But then there's just other shit I'm not interested in, like the physics of a tennis ball. It's not what I'm into. So I'll chime into, and that's what's cool about like a podcast. It's like you can pick and choose what you want. It was funny, like a year ago we were talking about it at the shop with the boys, and like having a podcast where we basically just invite people over to say whatever they want, or like just talk shit about things you don't like, or that one person that pisses you off, and then have that be the basis of the show. Not to just go out there and like dog on people, but like, hey man, this fucking dude is doing this, and it's like he's so full of shit that he doesn't even know it,
Yeah.
And like, but not be an asshole about it, just, and then have the dude come on the show and defend himself. You know what I mean? But not,
that would be so cool.
But yeah, I'm like, dude, like I told you, man, I always talk shit to all my friends at the shop, not like directly like, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit. But I'm like, dude, like, why are you walking like that? You got a turd in your pants or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, they say shit to me too. And so, but it would be funny just for, I think we laugh nonstop, and it's like, if there was other people that were into that kind of shit, dude, you'd laugh your ass off. Cause I don't know, we thought about doing like a live view thing, but then that'd be evidence, and then we'd probably be in jail. So it's like, but I think what you're doing is great, and I told you that before.
You, man.
I think
thank you.
Hopefully it works out for you, and you get popular guests. Like I'm just a random guy,
Yeah, no, dude, you've actually been requested a few times.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude, and I've been wanting to have a conversation with you.
That's funny.
It's really exciting just to sit down with people and just to pick their brains, because not only even people that I've known for years, there's not a chance that I get to sit down with them for an hour or two and just talk about whatever and kind of get to know them on a deeper level, because then sometimes you'll see somebody do something in public, or say if somebody would see you online and then see one of your captions, and you think, damn, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But then when you get to talk to you, it's like, okay, now it kind of makes sense. Everything all make sense, and that's what I like to do. And just however far this goes, whatever happens with it, dude, I feel like I'm gaining knowledge from everybody that I sit down with, and everybody that listens. I think they can all take something away from it. And even if you did a podcast, you know, there's value in that, man. There's value in a group of friends getting around and talking shit.
I just don't know, because then, you know, I have these ideas, I run with them, and then I fucking abandon them. Dude, I have all this shit at my shop that I built just for like random stuff we talked about, and like it's still sitting there.
Yeah.
So I think I wouldn't invest the money in the equipment, but it'd be funny maybe if we all, instead of spending money on beer, put into it and kind of did it. But I think it would be too offensive for most people, because my taste of comedy is not liked by the majority. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, from your perception, you know, just think about how many people feel the same way that you do, being censored all the time and not being able to talk about anything that they want. Podcasting and comedy, like a lot of people say, are one of the last forms of free speech left. Even
I could see that.
If you even see like YouTube, if you say certain things on YouTube, they'll demonetize you. If you do certain things on YouTube, they'll pull your channel off. And no matter how big people are, if you don't have that platform, you're gone.
Yeah.
And you're under the control of YouTube. And some of the biggest YouTubers, man, I hear them complaining all the time about them getting demonetized, somebody claiming their video or whatever. And dude, that's your paycheck. That's where you get your money from. So I've even seen a lot of YouTubers that they don't even make videos anymore, and they've jumped onto podcasting because nobody can take this off.
Right.
And that's why I say you're just responsible for what you say. So whatever I say, I know that I'm responsible for that. But SoundCloud isn't, Spotify isn't, you know, iTunes isn't. If I say something on here and they don't like it, they're not going to take my channel away. I mean, granted, if something huge happens and, you know, it gets all over the media or whatever, then. But just like on our level of things, even on a higher level, you know, like Joe Rogan or whatever. If you watch an episode of Joe Rogan, that's like always almost the number one podcast in the world, almost at all times. He's probably number 1 to 3 at all times.
I've seen a few of his.
Yeah.
The only one that I think there was like 2 that I watched. The one with Mike Tyson was awesome. I don't know if you saw that. And then Bob Lazar. Did you ever see that?
Yeah. That was a good one too.
And it's very rare I can go through an entire podcast, you know, of watching the actual show. But those were the 2 where I was like, fuck, I was thinking about it afterwards. Because that was like the shit Mike Tyson was doing. Was that, like, you saw that, you saw his life unfold, like, to nothing to something to losing it all to, like, dude's got his shit together again now, you know, and, like, he's not, you could definitely tell he's fucking crazy, or he'll break your neck if you piss him off the wrong way. But he's like explained himself before, where I think he had so much fame and was so fucked up that he couldn't express himself. And it's cool to see that on a show. So, for example, I mean, I may not be the most interesting person to talk to, but maybe there's some dickhead who likes me and he'll listen to it. But for the most part, it's like, that's what's cool about a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, you like this or you like that, you know, you can pick and choose what you like. At least the format's offered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely. And if you did put something out there, like, the equipment's not expensive to put it up, to edit a video or to edit an episode. Like, if you're not doing video or anything like that, if you just want to put it up, it doesn't take much to edit it. And then the cool thing about it is you can always go back. Like, this is episode 91.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, dude, 91, and we haven't even been doing this for a year. So if I go back to episode 15 or something and listen to that, I can tell, like, a big difference from where conversation has changed back then to where it is now. You know, just trying to fill my space in this and see what I want it to be, the most genuine representation of what I want the podcast to be.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel it's getting towards that way. I think maybe mid 150 around there, it'll kind of be a little more solid. You know, we're still trying to figure out things, but, like, this is a representation of me. This isn't a representation of Downstar. You know, I don't want to talk about cars all the time. I don't want to talk about bolts. I don't want to talk about that kind of shit. This is more of what I find interesting. So if I put this out there, if people don't like it, that's cool. You know, if you put it out there, if people find, oh, this is vulgar or whatever, that's cool. It's not like they can stop buying your car parts. You don't even do car shit, you know? And it's not like, okay, we're not going to use you for our air conditioning because you said this on a certain episode. It's like, that's totally different from who I am. Like, this is my business. This is what I do here. And this is what I do for fun. I think there could be a huge value in it, dude. And I mean, it would be something fun to do, you know? It just, whatever idea that you have, just make that shit happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm too random. I just think it would be, I don't know, as a thought. But I'm just too fucking random for things, you know? It's like, and I don't think it would be like ADHD, you know, people following, right? Because like I'd switch so fast, or like, you know. But for the most part, yeah, I don't like being told kind of what I have to say or what I don't want to do. That's why, like, there's been some shows that I have done in the past. Like, we've done some TV stuff with like Speed Vision, and like, you know, you can't do this, or you gotta do this, or you have to say this when, you know, you're in the car, and it's like, dude, that's not me. Fuck this, man. I don't care if you're a union worker or not. I'm for what? You didn't have to pay me. Just let me go out on the track, you know, and get like 3 hours of track time, and then the rest, you couldn't film your commercial, your little show, whatever. But I just couldn't. I can't do it. I don't turn into that like super nice, you know, happy. I still say balls on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I'm gonna slip up. I mean, when I did that Hoonigan's show, I said faggot, and you know, they're like, dude, you can't say it. I'm like, I don't say faggot on a daily basis. You know what I mean? But you say it like, you know, like when I'm playing hockey, or like I'm chirping somebody, you know, like, get the fuck out of here, you fag, you know. So like, you can't do certain things on TV, and I totally get it. Right? I just don't. And it's like, if I can't be myself, then I don't want to do it. Yeah. You know, and I don't know, because I don't care about being like fucking TV or whatever famous. I just think it would be awesome just to have, I don't know, if it's too confrontational, if we're talking shit to each other, does someone take it the wrong way? It's kind of like wrestling. If you hold the guy the wrong way, he gets all pissed off and starts punching you hard, kind of thing. And I think that's most likely what would end up happening. If too many people,
unless you knew those people's kind of personality. But once it gets to that kind of heated level, if people can't go at each other back and forth and separate that from getting emotional and getting violent, like, that would be something hard.
I mean, not like taking someone's like family thing, or like, you know, like, again, directly saying, you, this fucking guy's a piece of shit. I'm not saying that at all. But, you know, bring up someone's flaws, you know, and bring it to their attention, I think would be such a great show, you know? Because there's like so many times I've seen people do stuff, and I'm like, that dude is not who he says he is. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I know this motherfucker, and all these people... no.
We probably know the same guy.
Maybe. Few of them. A few of them. But, yeah, it's one of those things, dude, where I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think it would be a good format. But then again, I'll probably think it's a horrible idea tomorrow. So who knows?
Yeah.
But I changed too much.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's dope, though, man. That's a rare quality to have. You know, a lot of people they don't think like that. You know, they're not comfortable in their own skin. And for you to have that comfortability, and just you knowing what you want, and knowing who you are as a person, like, that's something that's not that common, you know. And so a lot of people are still trying to deal with that.
Yeah. It's odd to me that people are, you know, so insecure about their feelings. But again, maybe it's the way they're raised, you know. I mean, when I'm with my older friends, they always fuck with me all the time, you know. Even like back in Chicago, I mean, you know, I'm Polish, right? So like that was like the thing. They were like, you know, you're the Mexican of Europe, you're a fucking Polak, you know. I never got offended by it, you know. It wasn't anything I took to heart. It was just like, whatever, it's how these guys are. You know, in California, doesn't fly out here. People don't like joke like that. Yeah, it's kind of weird if you like. I'm not racist. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so, people are so sensitive. You know, again, like what we were talking earlier, people are just so sensitive.
Now,
about what
do you think that that it really is like that, or that's just what's portrayed in the mainstream of things?
I don't know, man. I don't think, like, for example, I don't think Donald Trump's a racist. I just think he's a fucking arrogant person. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I could see how majority of uneducated people would think, oh, he's fucking racist, you know? But I don't know. Like, when I grew up, man, it was like, I don't know. I had 2 black girlfriends. I never got fucked with, you know? I mean, there's the obvious shit, like, you know, you don't go into Caprini Greens if you're a white guy by yourself. You know, you're fucking gonna get robbed or whatever. And I'm sure vice versa, if they went to these, you know, white people's neighborhood and they were the only black guy, you know, so the tension's kind of always gonna be there, I think, with that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, my wife's not white, you know, so neither are my kids.
Yeah.
And it's really weird when we go out and my son goes in the sun longer than I do, he turns a different color.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm his fucking babysitter because I'm white and he's like super tan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. That's the other thing too, man. There's just like nothing good to talk about for people. Like everything is negative.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, to be honest too, like, I don't know how racist most people are. I don't know if they are really racist, because when I'll go to like the Midwest or down south or something, do you see black people and white people everywhere? Right. And that's the majority of what you'll see, black or white people in restaurants, you know, in groups together. And, you know, you'll see some black guys dressing in like polos and short shorts, and then you'll see some white guys dressing like with like
what I'm wearing.
Yeah, whatever, dude. It's just like, if you were to see things on the news and then you go there, you're just like, wait, this really doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah, it's all well. So news is not news; it's entertainment.
Yeah,
there is no news anymore. It's just there's a flake of it, and then the rest is their flip side of the story. It's like my wife went to Iran, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, my side of the family were like, well, you know, they're about to go to war over there with them, and you know, this and that, and it's like, that's not the case. I mean, you know, her uncles come back and forth. They have they have a place in Canada. They visit out here quite a bit. So you go there, the people are super nice. I mean, it's just, as an American, you're limited to what you're shown or listened to. Yeah. And so, you know, I don't know. But like I say, that gets a little too politicky, I think, you know. Yeah, no, and to say that, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, but I think that these random things that happen, those are more highlighted and shown as the majority of things rather than the minority. And it's just causing a lot of tension in society and shit. I don't know where this is going to go. I think you just turn your TV and your fucking computer off. And that's, you guarantee if you put those people out that you won't see content like that. I mean, dude, they're selling people whatever they want, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, you know, Donald Trump's not going to make things better. He's just a puppet. The people that really run this country are going to form things the way they want, you know. So like, if you look at media outlets, or it's like CNN is for these, you know, the libtards, and then the Fox is for these like gun-toting rednecks, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's all they focus on. Yeah. And like, you look at it on Facebook, and then like people just pour their emotions into, it's like, dude, as soon as I see somebody write a post, I mean, we could be friends for a long time. As soon as I see somebody who's like given this, like, you know, the gun thing, right? Like, I like guns. Yeah. I mean, I have guns, but I don't talk about it. And I definitely don't talk about them coming to take it. I just feel like some people are so extreme that they get into these groups of extreme groups. So you got rights and lefts, and it's so fucking weird because it's uncomfortable to go online now. Like, Facebook is for old people in politics now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so right. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just like it's like a factory, you know, when the food is on the belt and they just drops into a box, one after another after another. And pretty soon these people are going to be voting again. and it's going to be the same fucking nonsense all over, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. People are fucking weird.
It's a shame, man, because a lot of stuff that I'll see, you know, not to keep harping on politics or whatever, but that's a huge one, is that they'll post up a sound bite of, say, Trump or something like that. And me being kind of the more questioning things, is that I understand how marketing works, and I understand how, you know, clickbait and all that works and agendas work. So I would check the whole interview, or, you know, the 10 minutes of that conversation where they pulled that 30 seconds from.
Right.
And if I were to hear that soundbite in the entire context, it wouldn't even bring a red flag to me, you know? But once it's painted in that picture, once you put that daunting music behind the music clip or whatever, and then once you send it out to all the people that already agree with that notion, it's like, of course it's going to look like that.
Right.
Of course it's going to look like that, you know? And it's just, even with all the mass shootings and the guns and everything, right? After 3 fucking mass shootings in a week or 2 week span, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was within 7 days.
Yeah.
All 3 of those that just happened. I see people on my Facebook saying just like protecting the guns. And I'm like, okay, so if we take away AKs, if we take away ARs, you don't want that? Okay, keep them. Keep all your guns. What are we going to do? How are we going to fix this?
Right.
Keep your guns. Keep whatever the fuck you want to do. What's your solution? You have no solution. The only solution you have is you're not taking my guns.
Right.
Like, how is that helping out the big fucking problem where we can't go to Walmart, we can't go to a movie theater,
Right.
we can't go to a soccer game or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the gun thing is weird. Like, they're called gun nuts for a reason, because they're gun nuts, right?
Yeah.
And they talk about nuts things, right? So, like, I mean, me personally, again, as a gun owner, I don't talk about it. I don't boast about it. It's not something I'm concerned about, you know? I think making yourself a target online and talking about these things, like, they're never going to take away guns, for sure. They may limit things. I mean, I get the guys with the AR-15s where, you know, that's definitely not the gun to shoot the intruder at your house, like a shotgun or a 22 or something like that. But, like, most of those guys are enthusiasts that are out for target practice, just kind of like how we are with cars.
Yeah.
But I think some of them just go to the extreme side. And then it's like, you have the other people like, get rid of the guns. Of course, you know, bad people don't have to worry about the laws, right? So that's in any case. But I don't think in America you're really ever going to get rid of gun violence. The more they show it on TV, though, I think the more copycats are going to be.
Yeah.
Just like there could be a medication problem. Who knows? I mean, we have some of the sickest people in the world, worse than, like, you know, Uganda or these, like, third world countries where there's no food and there's fucking these crazy, like, rebel groups and stuff. Like, we are becoming a third world country because we're starting to separate. And then now your opinions are so strong, you're not willing. So something really crazy has to happen here for people to get back together, I think. Or you just, you know, there's less people that think like you and you're, you know, the minority.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's like the Sunnis and the I'm forgetting, but like in the Middle East, right? You have your opposites, like they're both Muslims, but one's stricter than the other.
Yeah.
And they fucking hate each other. You know what I mean? And so we've kind of become that way. It's not even like, I'm not a religious person, but you have your Christians, you have Mormons, you have all these things, and that's fine. There's no certain group that they're starting to do, but what you're getting is these rights and lefts. And it's like almost going to be a fucking war or something. It's so strange.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. Something has to be done. I mean, here's the other thing too. Why not have, like, you know, when I went to school in Chicago, I went to school in the city, and they had metal detectors. And that was in the 90s. So, you know, the airports, there's no shootings in the airports. There's metal detectors. I'm cool with that. I'll wait in fucking line to go watch a movie to know that I'm not going to get shot by some crazy fucking white kid whose parents weren't there, and that's why, you know, he's like, you know, a stray dog. You beat the shit out of a dog, he'll love the owner, but fucking kill anyone outside of the owner. And I think children are the same way. With these work schedules they have, people working nonstop, you know, you don't have that quality time. So I think maybe that's probably part of the problem. You know what I mean?
His values?
No, not just the core of like being a human. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like going to work and being treated like a robot. You know? I just find it odd. Is that me?
No, it's all good.
But yeah, like I think that there is no solution until someone comes up or a group of people kind of get together. Like me, I don't care. Like, you know, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. None of that stuff matters to me. Yeah. You know, I just, like I say, I want to party and I want to do car stuff. You know? So, so who knows? It's just a weird time to be alive right now.
Yeah, no, it definitely is so weird to be alive right now and just like to navigate in this culture and just in this part of society, you know. And even when those shootings did happen, my wife is just telling me like how scared she is and stuff, and I said, look, babe, this is how you have to look at it. You see all this crazy shit going on, that shows you that we're not invincible. You know, something can happen. So you should enjoy every single day that you have, every time that you have, and appreciate everything that you do have. And that's what I've been trying to do a lot more, you know, just be more conscious in those situations when we're hanging out with family or we just got back from camping or things like that. I think that's the most that these tragic events are teaching me, is that life is not as long as we think it may be. And just to appreciate the time that we really have together, and, you know, like you're saying, just have fun, do car things, do whatever you're gonna do, what you love, but you can't let it ruin your life, man. You can't let it strangle you and stop you from going to the fair or stop you from going to a ball game or something, you know?
Right. Yeah, because then you're just like, it's like the living in Syria, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, you know, they basically got took over by these extreme, you know, what were they, the ISIS or whatever, you know what I mean? They didn't fight to live, they just got plowed by these people. And I kind of feel like we could be going that same route here too, because these kids, you know, it's always the white kids, right? Eating people, shooting people, doing weird shit. And who knows? I mean, they'll attach a group to it and then become the next terrorist. You know what I mean?
What was it? It was Antifa or something.
Oh yeah, isn't that like a Seattle thing?
I don't know. They look like it. They look like they could be from there.
It's always like the white people again with the weird shit, you know. It's like they're out there like the government sucks. You don't know anything about the government. It's like they're all just like, you know, and they all live in like these $1 million homes and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think too many people have nothing to really worry about, so they just find something to worry about.
You'd be amazed how much shit could get done if you didn't go online. Like, you know, the one thing I do on my phone, I put an hour time limit for my social media.
Gotcha.
Just so I don't get drifted off in it all day. You know what I mean? Just because we're human. We're going to continue to look, and we're going to continue to look. And then, oh, there's a video. You watch this video. Oh, shit, this video. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. It seems like all the time I spend now is just sending memes. You know, to people.
That's good, man. That's good that you're just focusing on, like, you know, doing what you got to do and just having fun and things that you enjoy. And I think that's what a lot of people, they don't focus on. They focus on these big, audacious problems that not one person can fix. And, you know, they say be the change that you want to see, but that change that you want to see is really conflicting with the rest of your happiness, you know, however you feel about guns or the president or whatever, like, is that feeling that you have worth ruining a relationship with somebody that you've known forever? Like, why do you have to even bring that into the equation?
Right.
You know, what is that going to do? Because at the end of the day, you lost this friend, and any times that you've ever spent with them or anything in the future, that's not going to happen anymore because of this strong point that you had about something that you can't personally affect, or a person that doesn't even give a fuck about you. And it's so strange that I just see that all the time, and it's always on Facebook, dude. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like, Facebook used to be so rad.
But it's become such a weird thing where just out of habit, you still check it.
Yeah.
And not to sound like Alex Jones, but I think fucking Mark Zuckerberg is the least, of your problems on that. I mean, it's literally the thing, here's what you say, just, you can turn those services off.
Yeah.
But then you can't use your maps and, shit like that. I bought a Google Home thing 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. So. And every time we're having a conversation, it's like fucking thing pops up on my phone. This fucker's listening. So now unplug that shit. I just don't even have it. And to be honest, the only thing I used it for was like a timer for cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, hey, what's the temperature outside? Or something like that. Or if I couldn't spell a word because I'm a fucking idiot, I would use it,
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird, man. These people are getting fucking weird. I'm glad that I'm getting older,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange generation that we're growing up in, because we were able to see like things before all of this started happening.
Yeah.
This life that we're living now, whether the internet age or this age where you can't even go in big public events without even worried about getting shot down, or the president just tweeting 17 times a day, just calling reporter idiots, or like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy,
Or like some dude trying to get a job and calls in, it's like, hey man, I can't come in today, my dog ran out of CBD oil. And it's like, you want a job, faggot, or not?
But I think it's dope, dude. I think that this is such a cool generation that we were able to grow up in, because we were able to see everything, and who knows what we're going to be able to see after this,
Yeah, hopefully. Who knows? Maybe we'll turn into like a communist country the way it's going. It's like, do what he says.
Yeah,
because that's what he wants.
I don't know, man. I think that the only time that in my history, thinking back, the only time that I seen everybody get united and everybody was your brother and sister was right after 9/11.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. Again, we're also a lot younger and didn't know what was going on.
True.
So I think, I had a hell of a time in like high school through my 20s and 30s. Just again, skateboarding turned into cars, turned into, I played again hockey when I was younger too, and just started picking that up because I got fat and so. But there's always that group you're gonna enjoy, and I think that's kind of like the purpose of life, is still being happy with that, because when you go to a place where you don't have rights, it's a whole different story. But I feel like you got to protect, the things you like to do. Look at California. For how many people that are into like, modifying their cars, does it affect, right? We're not going to make the fucking Skyfall with taking, or reprogramming the car or whatever the fuck it is. I'll put a catalytic converter in my car. I'm cool with that. These days doesn't rob that much power if you get a high flow one, But like they're just making it harder and harder for the hobbyist. You know what I mean? So like I hate that, but I'm not fucking crying about it. It's one thing that sucks out here. It's a small thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing that people always bring up too that aren't from California. They say, "Oh, you guys got to worry about smog and shit or whatever," but to me, that stuff's not really that big of a deal.
No.
Either.
Why would you want to drive that car every day on the street anyways?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just in general, 90s cars are fucking horrible everyday cars compared to cars now. You know what I mean? So, like, I wouldn't take my hatchback to work, just to cruise it to work.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I'll take it to if someone says, hey, can you come to Ibach? Or I'll take it there, or obviously the track. But, like, I have zero fun driving that car on the street,
Yeah.
Give me something comfortable, 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders. I'm cool with it,
Yeah. Ever since I got the BMW, the M4, it's like, dude, I don't want to drive my Civic right now. I'll drive it when I feel like having that feeling, but I don't know. Maybe that's part of people's ego too. I see it a lot. I say it's like, oh yeah, I daily drive this. I'm like, all right, that's cool, but I don't want to have to daily drive my Civic. Right. All the time.
But that's like trash man mentality. You know what I mean? Like, you're proving a point. Like I daily drive. Yeah, that good for you. That's great. You know, hopefully you're saving money driving that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's funny. Me and Rywire were talking about this a while back. How people like calling and complain that he couldn't get his fucking car started or something like that, and it was like he missed a day of work. It's like, well, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
Right? There's just too many people like that, which I just find so weird. I mean, I was like that too when I was a kid. I was broke, fucking whatever thing if I was whistle tip, man, I was putting it on.
Whistle tip.
But I get the struggle, but not if you're a fucking grown man.
Yeah.
30 years old.
Hell yeah,
I mean?
dude.
It's just odd.
That's not my problem. That's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Dude, I have so I don't deal with the general public for car stuff. I mean, like I have stuff under my name, like I do carbon roofs and stuff like that, and like it's so funny. I've had people ask me like, "Hey, can you make me one with a sunroof?" I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, like, how do you even explain to that person what the whole purpose of this thing is? You know what I mean? It's like, will it fit my 92 SI? It's like, oh man, but like. That's why I don't like being contacted from these people, because I fucking lose my fuse, and it's just like, fuck off. Your ass. This is sold to an outlet. Get it from them. Don't bug me on my own personal shit and start asking me questions about your fucking car. It's just like, if I had a shop, like a performance shop, I'd be out of business real quick, because I can't deal with cheap people. And I like your slogan, support my hustle.
Hell yeah.
I have a saying, like at work, when people are like, hey, can you do a better price? I'm like, do you go to Target, and when you're ringing up, can you give me a better price on it? Fuck no. So like, you can't, especially as a laborer, like, I'm charging you for my experience. You want the cheaper, you can call the cheaper guy.
Yep.
We call them beggars. That's all they're doing. They're begging for money.
Yeah.
And so like, if I owned a car, there's just no fucking way I could deal with, hey, can you give me a better price? Fuck you. Don't contact me anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to do it
and
now.
Then I'm an asshole now. You know what I mean? On the online or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do cars if you want to build a serious race car, I'll fucking build you something that's faster than a Lambo or whatever it is, and reliable. But it ain't going to be cheap, that's for sure. So.
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. It's definitely a weird time right now. But yeah, I'd advise everybody listening, if there's something that makes you happy, if there's things that make you happy, just kind of try to focus on that, because at the end of the day, that's really the only thing that matters.
Exactly.
Is just being happy. I mean, to me, thinking about it, that's like the biggest joy in life, is when you're the happiest. When you feel happy, that's what I think the best part of life is.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
If it's hanging out with friends, if it's making jokes or doing car stuff, if that makes you happy, that's cool. But
don't take money.
Yeah.
Doesn't take money to make you happy.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
True. And I always say that too. I always tell people, like, money doesn't make you happy. And I always get pushback on it. And I kind of just like, I kind of feel bad for those people a little bit, because they still have that like pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like that shit doesn't exist. I'll give you $1 million right now. What is that gonna do for you? Nothing. You don't even know. You can't even comprehend how to treat that much money. What would you do with it? You would ruin every relationship that you have, because you would just be doing the craziest shit with it.
But I think that's every culture, not only American, but everywhere. It's like, again, if you were the kind of person that cared about what people thought about, you'd be wearing bootleg stuff, right? Like a $25 Rolex watch. Mm-hmm. No one's going to know the difference unless you're actually like a Rolex guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, dude, if this is what you want, like, the tattoo of your life to show these things, like, this is the car I drive, this is that. It's like, I always make fun of my wife, she's Persian, right? So I'm like, you guys, like, you will take a fucking 1989 BMW 3 Series just to say you drive a fucking 3 Series or a BMW, and I always give her shit for that. And like,
that's so funny.
But it's true in every culture, though. It's the same thing. But like in California, we have our Middle Easterns that love their black BMWs and Mercedes,
the salvage title.
Oh yeah. And but you get to watch these people and just, it's the same thing with like people with money that, you know, have these fucking crazy houses and cars and shit. They're almost impossible to have a conversation with because they're so fucking crazy in the head because it's all about money or like,
Yeah.
you know, some idea they have. I mean, Elon Musk, right? It's like, he's fucking super smart dude. His brain doesn't shut off and he'll probably never be able to just come home, kick his shoes off and sit on his couch.
Yeah.
You know, so he's going to have to deal with that brain. I don't know. Me, it's like, you give me some beer and some decent weather and some with wheels on it, I'm fucking happy as can be.
Hell yeah, dude. That's dope, man. So you said your family's away for a month?
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you have planned for this month besides growing
Hot
up?
boy summer.
I'm in.
No, I actually haven't done a lot this week. Excuse me. It's been so busy at work, so I haven't had any crazy stuff, but it's all starting on Saturday.
Yeah.
So got going off-roading on Saturday.
Nice.
Homie trip on, we do a homie barbecue every year.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do that Sunday. And then next week I'm off to Atlanta to meet the Canadians, the K-Tune guys, James Houghton and them for the Grid Life event.
Dude, you're going to Grid Life?
Yeah.
Me too.
On the 24th, 25th? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
no
there.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
dude, hell yeah.
So I'll be out there. I'm just going to be there to cheer them on and
Yeah.
drink beer, you know, sleep in their trailer.
So it's the K-Tune guy, the race car though.
Yeah.
Are any
James
of-
DC2.
Okay, the guys, Sean and John, they're not gonna go from K-Tuned.
No, not the K-Tune guys.
Got
I
you, just the-
say in
the-
specific so
Yes,
people know
yes,
who it
yes,
is.
yes.
But so James Houghton, he's the guy that has the DC2 crazy aero car.
Yeah.
And then there's Chris Bersoma and Eric, their mechanic. So they've been good buddies. James actually helped us quite a bit develop our EK
Yeah.
under this the radar. So he's been a good help, good friend. So we're gonna go out there. I have like no concept of time right now, you know.
Yeah.
Family's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like coming home to an empty house. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Fuck, dude, that's so sick. I didn't know you were gonna go. So what? How long are you gonna be out there?
I don't know. Probably come back on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But the dinger is, so my mom worked for the airlines and she's retired now. So I'm gonna fly standby because I'm not gonna buy a ticket.
Shit.
So I'm gonna try to leave on Thursday, if not maybe Friday. The hard part's always getting out of LAX.
standby fucking sucks.
It
For what?
does.
Southwest or what?
American.
American?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude.
So
I had a buddy who worked for Southwest, and I would fly on buddy passes with him, like to go out to shows or whatever. And dude, after a few years, I was like, man, fuck this. I'm paying for a plane ticket,
I know,
bro.
I know. Me and my wife, like 10 years ago, just trying to get out, you know, visit Chicago and stuff like that, fly on standby. And it was like, you know, sleeping at fucking LAX. Like, I live here, but I like missed that flight, missed this flight, missed that flight. Okay, I'm going to try that red eye.
Yeah.
And then you fucking miss it. And then the next one's at 7 in the morning. Well, I'm not going to go home.
Yeah.
So fucking sleep. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, after that, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, tickets aren't much, but right now I'm not, you know, I'm on, like I said, it's hot boy summer. I got all this time on me.
Yeah,
man.
fuck it, dude. Yeah, and if I didn't have anywhere that I really needed to be at a certain time, like, dude, I wouldn't really mind flying standby that much. But I've had so many bad experiences, dude, where you're doing 3 or 4 flights just to get to one place. I'm like, man, fuck this, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even worth the $400 you're going to save.
Dude, as a kid, it was nothing like this. You know, when I was younger, I'd fly anywhere. You
Yeah.
know, it was just, and back then, you know, you would call, like, this is where I want to go. And they just show up and they give you a fucking ticket. And that's
Yeah.
it, you know. Now it's like, you got to like, so the airline side, you know, you got to call like 20, or you have to put yourself on the standby list exactly 24 hours before the flight, you know. So like
Gotcha.
when my mom comes out here and stuff like that, she'll wake up at like 3 in the morning just to like put her name on the standby list. It's fucking crazy. Dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If I was with my wife and stuff like this, then I would just definitely order the tickets. But like I say, I have like 3 more weeks to go right now. So I'm like, dude, I got time, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's dope, man. So hopefully we can link up right there.
Yeah.
I'll be there Thursday to Monday.
Okay.
And we were going to go with IBOC because IBOC Meat was teaming up with Grid Life, but they're actually not doing it anymore. So I was the only one that bought my ticket early enough. So looks like I'm still going.
Well, I think if you see me out there, you'll see the real me, and
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know why this guy comes. So
hell yeah, dude, Ryan, thank you so much for coming, man. I really appreciate it, dude. This is such a good conversation. I love these kind of combos, man, where you could just take it anywhere and not just talk about a certain subject for the whole time.
Right.
Like I think that's what is really intriguing to people, is to what makes the person, rather than just what kind of car do you have, you know? So for everybody listening right now, where can they find you at?
You could find me probably on Instagram is where I do most of my dirty stuff. So it's just my name, Ryan Novak, no spacing. And I don't do any family stuff really on there. But just it's mostly car shit and some, like, you know, just depending on how much we drink or whatever, I'll post them. There's some pretty funny shit on there. Depending on your sense of humor.
Hell yeah, man. Ryan, thank you so much again. I appreciate it, man. And everybody listening right now, thank you for your time. Once again, this is Downtime with Downstar, episode 91. We out. Peace.